Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of ENCTR Games, Encounter Team exclusive here. I do want to give a big shout out to the Encounter Team, Kanto XP, Alexander the Bard, Pokey, OBG, and last but not least, the Art Gameologist. So, that's the team. I'm very proud to be part of it. Tonight we are shiny hunting for, drumroll, Sudowoodo. So I'm very excited about this. We're gonna get this popping. Here we go. Oh, let me turn down the volume here. Alright. And on the last stream, we did actually get the shiny Dratini. It was kind of a very slow encounter rate for it, but we got it, believe it or not. So we're gonna get this shiny Sudowoodo. We're gonna make things happen. Alright, let's see here. This is what it's pretty much gonna look like. And oh, there we go. And real quick, I can show you what I did since the last stream. Let's see, let's go down to stats. So this is our Aragog, our shiny Gyarados now, but it was a shiny Spinarak, so big news here, big news here. And let's see what else we got. The Dementor, our shiny Ghastly. He will evolve in about 5 more levels. He's on level 20 right now, so we got a few more levels to go till we get our shiny Haunter. This is the newest addition to the team, Dratini. I didn't nickname it for the speed of the sake of the shiny hunt, but Draco, thanks to Jay, is a brilliant name for the Dratini, so we're gonna rock and roll with Draco as soon as I can get that thing nicknamed. Bayleaf, that is gonna be our Mandrake, our original shiny Chikorita. Let's see here. This was the shiny Wooper. I did evolve him once when he got to level 20. Became a shiny Quagsire. That is our Neville. We also have a Scabbers, shiny Rattata, but he's at the daycare right now, living his best life. So yeah, this is gonna be a pretty good hunt. I'm very excited about it. So let's rock and roll with it. We'll just do a first quick reset, and who knows, could get it right here. Exactly what happened with the Regice hunt. We got it in one reset. Not this time. So who knows? Not too bad. I believe we got some pretty good speed with it. I could have probably set this up a little bit differently, but I just want to make sure everything's looking good with it. So I believe we're good to rock and roll. I can get to there in 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi. Boom. Yeah, we're gonna get this pretty quickly. I'm very confident. Whoops. Let's do a soft reset there. I need to watch that bottom right screen there. That's the most laggy one. So as long as that one's up to par, then we'll get it. The other ones will kind of hit at the same time. But that's pretty much going to be the nature of the beast there. Yeah. So if you are tuning in live or after the broadcast, hope y'all are having a good day/night. We're going to get things rolling over here. Again with the Encounter team. Big shout out to Kanto XP, who is shiny hunting on Gen 1. Yes, that is right, ladies and gentlemen. Shiny hunting. He's actually shiny hunting on Pokemon Blue, but big shout out to Kanto. It is, and believe it or not, you can shiny hunt in Gen 1, but it is a very tedious process because there's no shiny sprite. You just got to kind of go through and check the stats. I mean, it's pretty remarkable thing. Very tedious, so I hope he gets it very quickly. Just the shiny Charmander. I think we're gonna name it Hamilton, after the grandma meme. I was trying to guess Pokemon names. So let's see here. I don't think this hunt should take too long. But I believe the way I got it set up, everything should go pretty swell with it. Even though, like, you know, they're all clicking at the same time kind of thing. You can see some are boys, some are girls. So yeah. We got a pretty good setup here. Loving it. And this is definitely one of the hunts I thought of doing before we even got the gold cartridge in. Because, in case you're wondering how we're doing this, you take... What's up, Kanto? Youngest isn't feeling well, so no stream tonight. Just got up from putting her down. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Hope she gets to feeling better. But I do appreciate you popping in here, always. And I was actually just talking about how you're shiny hunting on Gen 1, and here on Gen 2, you just basically take the cartridge, put it in a GB flash dumper. And actually, like, when I got this, I had to like build this thing. Like, you see the little spacers in there? Like, it had the motherboard, the plastic, and like little spacers in the screws. So like, I wasn't expecting like to put it together, but it didn't take no time there. My boy Nick, what's up? Oh, what's going on, Jay? What's going on? So Kanto, you'll love this. This is a funny story. So Jay, who lives in British Columbia, Canada, you know, I live in Georgia. He had been recommending a streamer called Ribo100. And I finally made it over there into one of his streams. And I have to admit, Ribo is super cool dude, super cool streamer. He's shiny hunting, I believe on Fire Red or Leaf Green, one of those. And what was funny is I told him, I was like, so Jay said you're from Georgia. Do you know where Helen is? And I think I threw him off guard. Because he was like, yeah, I know where Helen is. He's like, actually, I was going to do some work there this weekend, which means like, and then like, I guess like, I probably shouldn't say like the town I live in, but as a YouTuber, but I was like, yeah, actually, I live in Helen, and like, I definitely caught him off guard because he was like, really? Then he told me, he's like, I don't know if you know where Delonga is, but he's like, that's where I went to college at. And I was like, yeah, I went to UNG as well, but I went to the Oakwood campus. So like, yeah, he's a local boy as well. And so like, the funny thing is, it's just like, someone from Canada, from like 3,000, maybe 4,000 miles away, recommended someone that's pretty much down the street from me. Like, really small world. Small world, dude. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, that was cool. So you went to the same school, same time, or different? Yeah, I don't know about the timing. I don't know about that. See, I graduated high school in 2011. And I took a year off, and then I went to college. And then I only went for like 2 years, so I wasn't there a very long time. And he went to the Delonga campus. I went to the Oakwood campus. And he thought I was referring to the Oconee campus, which is like a little south of Athens. And I was like, Oconee has a campus too, but I went to the Gainesville campus. That's just what I call Oakwood, because technically it's in Oakwood. But he's like, oh yeah, I know that campus. I had to go there for a few classes. So technically, yeah, we have went to the same school. But he really went to the smarter, like the 4-year school. Yeah, I went for the associate's degree. So if you go to the Delonga campus, you went for a 4-year degree. I think it's 31 or something. Yeah, I'm 33, so who knows? We could have went there at the same time. Just never knew. But yeah, small world. Yeah, kind of disappointed that I can't pop in to see the shiny Charmander tonight, but we will get it soon, Kanto. We will get it soon. And again, I hope the little one gets to feeling better. That's the most important thing. And I do appreciate you popping in here all the time, man. Always. Encounter team, represent. And again, shout out to the Encounter team. Got a lot of good content creators there. Like, really proud to be part of the team. Alexander the Bard, Pokey OPG. We got the Art Gameologist. And last but not least, Kanto XP. There is that one guy, Nick's Fire Games. There's that guy too. I'm going for Shiny Char 2. And you're going to get it too. I think you're, if I'm not mistaken, you're getting pretty close to odds. You're like 6,000 something last time I checked. 6 or 7. You're getting close, I know. Let's see here. So yeah, I popped into TKD's Panda stream before I went live. He does the thing where, you know, if you get like a certain amount, like a donation or something, he'll do like the every flavor Bean Boozle challenge, which I just think is an amazing idea. And what was funny is Shiny Boy Advance, he took a little bit of a break from streaming, but he's back streaming now. And he was actually in TKD's Panda stream, and he was like, "Hey man, I want to actually kind of steal the idea of every flavor Bean Boozled challenge. Like, can I do that?" And TKD Panda was like super cool with it. He was like, "Yeah, dude, go ahead." Like, which is awesome because I've been watching both those streamers for a while. But actually, I have to give a shout out, big credit to them because they're and I've told them this, like, y'all are part of the inspiration for me starting a YouTube channel and shiny hunting, because you know I used to watch their streams, and that's the only confirmation I ever need that this is a good product, because I watch this stuff myself. Oh, what's up, Art Gameologist? Enjoyed your stream earlier today, man. Always enjoy your content, and I really appreciate you being in here. Encounter team showing up. So yeah, we on the last stream we got the shiny Dratini. Here, I'll kind of show you the team, what we're working with right now. The shiny team, almost as good as the encounter team. We got shiny Gyarados, that's our Aragog. We got a Harry Potter themed nickname going on here. So I did a little leveling up since the last stream. I got our Spinarak up to level 22, so to evolve. In 5 more levels, I'll get the Ghastly to a Haunter. That's our Demental. I've got Dratini. You know, I was thinking about Norbert for a nickname. My computer crashed. I lost 40 minutes ago. Oh man. Yeah, so I was wondering what happened. You know, I was like just kind of lurking in, lurking out, I just stepped away, and I come back. I was like, oh man, he ended the stream. And like I said, I did have the volume down, so I was kind of tuning in, but I was just coming back to, you know, start engaging a little bit more. So I hate that for you, man. But there's always next time. 40 minutes going back to get where we're off stream, Art. But yeah, I was thinking Norbert for the nickname for Dratini, and Jay recommended Draco. I was like, no, that's actually a lot better. Yeah, computer crashed. Yeah, that's so I think it was like my 7th stream I ever did when I first started doing this. I got real comfortable. I leaned out, like I almost did it. I like put my foot like all the way against the wall, and like it turned the computer off because I like unplugged it. I don't know if that's a streamer mistake. I think that's just me being an idiot. My whole my wire management down here, like this is what country boy streaming looks like. Draco, I think, is great. Yeah, it's actually really fitting. And then I actually realized that Draco means dragon in Latin, so it's like almost too perfect. So that's why I probably shouldn't like pre-nickname, even though we're doing a Harry Potter themed nickname. I shouldn't like pre-name them, because the viewers I've found come up with better names than I do. Even though I love Harry Potter, I'm reading the books. I'm on the last book right now. Jay's been coming through in the clutch, and there's been other people I recommend Dementor and all that. I play on original consoles. When I play retro, I've been kicked on the table for more games than I care to admit. Okay, so you understand the pain. You do understand the pain. Awesome. thought I was alone in that universe. I'm just like, kind of forgetting where I'm at, kind of stuff, and like kick something and just like, like actually, I think I had one of the past couple of streams. I don't think it was the last one. Yeah, it wasn't the last one. It could have been the one before. I was playing around with my PS5 controller because that's how they're all linked, and I accidentally unplugged this over here. Like I just barely touched it, kind of like that right there, and I couldn't get it all back in sync. So I was like, you know what? We're already 5 hours in. Let's just end the stream. So you live and you learn, I thought you were going to say you fell backwards. No, I haven't made that mistake yet, Jay. Fall backwards. But I did, when I first started streaming, I had this big old red chair. It was like one of those RC like gaming kind. But it looked comfortable, but unfortunately it's got the arm rails in my way. I like this little bitty like ergonomic one. It's pretty efficient, and it has more room. I can actually slide it in under my table. It's lightweight. Yeah, it's cozy. And I have scoliosis, so I have to be whoops. But you have to be mindful of. Well, I guess I didn't realize when I first started streaming, like, because I'm used to serving tables, bartending, running here, like, for hours. Just sitting down in one spot for a long time is actually, like, I guess, like, one of the harder things for streaming for me. I thought, like, maybe talking, consistently, and apparently I'm just a natural yapper. But Pokey OBG, what's going on, dude? Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Pokey OBG up in here. So glad to have you in here, man. Again, y'all, if y'all are watching live or after the broadcast, please go check out Pokey OBG. Has some great content, as well as the other creators on the ENCTR team. We got a lot of good creators on the team. Yeah, whole squad up in here. I'm just loving that. But as well as Kanto XP. Kanto XP is shiny hunting on Gen 1 game. Let's see, where's Gen 1? He's shiny hunting on this bad boy. Except he's on Pokemon Blue. But shiny hunting on Gen 1 is such a cool niche. It's such a very unique stream that what he's doing. I love it. Better him than me. As you see, I don't really have that much patience. I've got 8 screens, and we got the FPS turned up from 60 to 240, just because it's as high as it will let me go. So yeah, and it's still on average. If we're route hunting like this, you'll get encounters like every 4 or 5 seconds, so which is almost too quick for a stream, because it's like we'll find this shiny like in an hour and a half. But with this rate, we're kind of getting a shiny counter like every 7 seconds. The Dratini, with the way it was working in the game corner, that took about at least 11 seconds to get all the Dratinis up for our encounter. And we still found it in 3 hours, so that wasn't a bad time. I feel like that's pretty good, consistent, like, style, or I guess what I'm trying to say, like, system to kind of have. I know a lot of people kind of do 6 screens, but again, I'm very impatient, and what Kanto XP is doing over there on his streams is amazing. And again, Pokey OBG has some really great content. I really want to know that game that you're playing. I want to know more about it. I want to play it myself, actually, because that Tangela is absolutely insane. I didn't know no, it's the Tangle Growth. The Tangrowth. That thing looked intimidating. Pokemon Decay. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I love that. I haven't played a lot of things outside like the mainline video game, mainstream Pokemon games. Like, for example, Pokemon Stadium. I've actually never played that. I just recently played the new Pokemon Snap, and I actually really liked it. I didn't think I would, but no, I weirdly liked it. It was cool. Well, I grew up playing blue, yellow, red, gold, silver, crystal, ruby, sapphire, emerald, fire red, leaf green. And then when I got in middle school, kind of took a break, started playing football, wrestling, calling girls after 9 o'clock when the minutes were free, kind of stuff. And then it wasn't until like I got into like college I started like playing Pokemon again, and started going back and like playing the games I missed, like Diamond and Pearl. So pretty much anything 1 through 3 generation is very nostalgic for me. And what I love about like what I'm doing here is it's nostalgic, but it's also very new because I don't remember seeing what the shiny sprites look like. I'll say you'll get it within 1 hour and 10 minutes starting now. Bet when the minutes were free. Oh yeah, when the minutes were free. Yeah, that was a thing. Yeah, I come from a blue collar family. Yeah, you better not be texting like that. Because back in the day, man, you could run up a bill texting. I don't know, Mom. She had a lot to say. But it was just kind of the way it went back then. And I think a lot of us took a break from Pokemon. Like, a lot of it. The majority of us. I still played it like here and there, you know what I mean? But it's cool. It's definitely coming back around. I've said this before. Pokemon's the #1 selling franchise in the world. It's took over Hello Kitty. It's past Harry Potter, DC, Marvel, all these things. Like, honestly, I wouldn't think it would beat out. I mean, it has. And it ain't going nowhere, folks. It's only coming on like a freight train. Just like the red app and the purple app, the way TV and attention is working with social media nowadays, less people have cable TV or just tuning into a channel, when it's really becoming more and more about like the red app channels and stuff like that. I mean, some of the bigger channels, like, what is it, they have Hulu specials now or something, like yeah, it's crazy. I made the mistake of thinking I was too old for Pokemon handheld games when I got into my 20s. It's like my 20-year-old for trading all my Game Boy stuff. But yeah, the YT series. Yeah, I mean, it just ain't going anywhere. And like, how we all started a channel like 20 years ago? Like, dude, our channel would be huge. We'd have gold plaques, back there from over 1 million subscribers. But just to think like where it could be in the next 20 years, because it's better late than never to get started on something. That's why I tell a lot of people, you want a channel, start it, It's always a great saying, like, for self-discipline, just do it. Because Nike made so much money off a t-shirt that just had 3 words on it, and it's the most simple statement ever, but it's such a hard psychological problem for people to actually just do it. You want to lose weight? Get off the couch, just do it. You know what I mean? Like, quit using excuses for everything. Just do it. So I love that. I forgot where I was going with that. Oh yeah, to start a channel. So better late than never. And I think pretty much where it's going to go in the next decades, we're going to be thanking our today's self that we do have channels, and already being proactive and starting. And because and here's another interesting aspect to bring up. Are you calling us fat? Yeah, I didn't mean to single you out like that, Kanto. But no, I'm not. Another interesting aspect is when you bring up AI and how many jobs a lot of people could be losing in the near future, in the next coming years, and how much people are just going to be bored, and how much attention there is going to be out there in the market. Just this whole attention war of social media platforms. But to actually be a content creator, for someone to actually have the guts, the confidence to actually, get up and do something that they love. Um, Unfortunately, a lot of people don't have that kind of confidence, or even want to. The persistence. I mean, there's more that goes into this than what you would take. It ain't for everybody, but and sometimes I think all of us content creators, we do sometimes feel pressure to put things out. But I want to remind y'all, pressure is a privilege. There's a lot of people that want to have pressure that just don't. And you know what? Pressure goes to people that deserve it. Wealth goes to people that deserve it. So y'all deserve it. All of y'all, the whole ENCTR team, and everyone watching deserves success. Absolutely. It ain't gonna be easy, but so glad to be part of the ENCTR team. I think we all have the right mindset as far as what we're wanting to do, the directions we're wanting to go, and just glad to be supporting each other. At the end of the day, it's great. I mean, the growth is exponential for all of us with a similar mindset. I talk fancy sometimes, but I'm really not that smart. ENCTR on the rise. Yep. Brotherhood. We're gonna get this. I think Jay asked me last stream. He was like, "Have you ever accidentally skipped one?" And it's like, actually, I have not. I think I'm so spoiled and entitled that I feel like that shiny is gonna pop up literally every time. And that's the truth. I really do. Like, this is gonna be it right here. Okay. I don't lie often, but I had a feeling. So yeah, again, I appreciate all y'all popping in, and ENCTR is on the rise. Pokey OBG has some really good content over there. I need, like, you'll have to excuse me, with work, making content, yada yada, and the family emergency last week. I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna put out some more stuff. And all right, homie, I blasted your stream on social. I'm going to crash before I get tagged in for baby duty again. Have a good stream, my guy. Can't wait to see this shiny tree. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to get this guy. Kanto, thank you so much for popping in. And if y'all watching live or after the broadcast, please go check out Kanto XP or any of the other ENCTR team content creators. They all have really good content over there, especially Kanto. I mean, he's got a lot more value on his channel than I do on my channel, I will admit. Is a very educational. He's actually educated me on just shiny hunting in Gen 1 in general. So yeah, big fan of what Kanto's doing over there, and he is streaming his shiny hunts on Gen 1. So again, Kanto XP, big shout out to that guy. Rye live right now too, watching you both. Also Vegas Golden Knights game, but Rye's playing some game, I don't know. Nice shot. Awesome. Yeah, if you pop into Rybo 100's stream, please let him know Nick's Fire Games said "Wazza." It's kind of like from the scary movie, like "Wazza." That's what he said. I don't know if you can type that in chat, but that's what I said. So I appreciate that, Jay. And I need to pop over there. I might be able to actually do that on my phone, because Rybo is a G. If I can find his stream. Okay, I'll do that in just a moment. But let's see here. So they got the Golden Knights game on. I wonder who they're playing. It's funny because here in Georgia, no one really knows anything about hockey. But what's funny is a lot of people in Florida know a lot about hockey, and they out there. I mean, for whatever reason, the teams in Florida are pretty good. I guess the Florida Panthers or the Tampa Bay Lightning, teams like that. And a lot of people from up north moved to Florida, so that's probably a lot of influence there. Anaheim beating them 3-0. Ooh. You gotta watch them Ducks now. I mean, Vegas beating them. Okay, gotcha. I was about to say, I was like, why are you smiling? That's why I was confused. I was like, huh, I guess you're a big believer that they're coming back. That's funny. But yeah, Rybo, he's got a good stream over there. Hopefully he gets that shiny Magikarp soon. So yeah, the Pokemon community is absolutely amazing, you know, and it is a small world too. It really is. I was talking to my cousin about, you know, kind of getting into streaming, kind of getting into, like, you know, the Pokemon community and all that, and she was telling me that, you know, some of her best friends that come from streams, you know. So I was like, that's cool. You know, from online gaming, you know, stuff like that. I was like, you know, that's real. That's real, actually. Let's see. But yeah, I think Jay is right. I think we are going to get this shiny Sudowoodo in a very appropriate time manner. The last stream, the Dratini took a good 3 hours or more, but it was a slower hunt than this. This one's actually pretty fast. Let's see here. There we go. Yep, we'll get this guy soon. But yeah, a big fan of what the whole ENCTR team is doing. I mean, just a big fan of that. Whoops, there we go. An Art Gameologist, yes. He is another one of the guys on the team that has some really good content over there. Whoops, just ran away from everybody. I do so many different kinds of shiny hunts. It's like I forget. Like sometimes I run away. Sometimes I soft reset when I shouldn't. Or I said, hey, how's it going? It's going pretty good. Yeah, we're it's not about the destination on this one. It's about the journey. You know, I'm not going to try and get the Freddy Fast Hands clicking. But yeah, it's going good. It's going good. Yeah, I hope he gets that shiny Magikarp. Let's see, what does he have so far? The shiny Beedrill, shiny Raticate. Oh yeah, and the shiny Charmeleon, which is going to be a beautiful shiny Charizard. So I love what he's doing over there. And I think I did recommend the Snorlax hunt for his next one. Snorlax is a really good one. And, you know, if you're doing a Nuzlocke or anything like that, I mean, Snorlax is almost a must. He's got so much HP, I mean, it's just a monster. He's a monster. Let's see. Yo, Kuyo, what's going on? Glad you're in here. Yeah, dude. So on the last stream, we did find this shiny Dratini. Oh yeah, I think you saw that. Yeah, you commented on the last stream. But I'll show you what I kind of did since then. So I leveled up the shiny Spinarak to a shiny Gyarados, basically, Aragog, and in 5 more levels, I'll get Ghastly to a Haunter. There's the newest addition to the team. Yeah, so I was expecting more of a pink Dratini. So yeah. What's up? Oh no, yeah. I hope you're doing well, by the way, and hope you're doing well in your hunts. You need to let me know what was the newest one you got, because I remember you got shiny Cacnea and I think shiny Trapinch after that. perfect. Yeah, I turned up the volume just a little bit there. So yeah, I remember you had the shiny Cacnea and the shiny, I think you caught the shiny Trapinch, or maybe you were looking for it. I cannot remember, but I was wondering how that was going for you. And yeah, for the Dratini, Jay recommended the name Draco, which is better than I thought of. So I'm leaving it to viewers now to name, if y'all can. Bayleaf, we have a Mandrake for that one when we do get to name it. And then I did level up our shiny Wooper to shiny Quagsire at level 20. So that is our Neville. Pretty fitting name there. So yeah, we'll kind of get things rolling here. Kind of do a soft reset. I really don't have any ideas for a nickname for shiny Sudowoodo. Actually, I kind of like thought, like, you know, Bowtruckle, like, because if you know what a Bowtruckle is, it almost looks like a Sudowoodo, like a tiny Sudowoodo. Yeah, I'm open to ideas. Bilch, Whomping Willow, perfect, love it. Whomping or Willow. I don't know if I can fit all of Whomping Willow in there, because there's only so many spaces for the name, so I'll have to see. But yeah, it's brilliant though. Got the old car stuck up in there. Or just Willow, yeah. But yeah, what was that? I think that was in the second movie when Ron kind of took the car and crashed it into the Whomping Willow. I think in the third movie they kind of like get near it again. It's a good scene there. When I was reading the book, well, see, like watching the movies, like, I don't know, for whatever reason I didn't really like the second one, but reading the book, no, I was like, Chamber of Secrets, no, it's going down at Hogwarts. It was one of my favorites. And it's hard to say which book's my favorite. Probably the fourth one, and like, you know, the movie's great too. It's got a great story. I mean, that could practically be split into two different movies, if it wanted to. The Goblet of Fire, or as I like to say, the Giblet of Fire. My only took 16 hours approximate. Nice. Magnemite's a good one. If you know me, I like the weird shinies where like they may not get color to them. Like Slugma's my favorite shiny, just because it's a silver shiny. You know, our battle gets closer. Can't wait. Yes, yes, it does. That's awesome. But yeah, I like the shinies that turn like weird colors, like Charizard. It's a black shiny. Slugma that's silver. You know, and Magnemite. You know, it gets like kind of the black and white theme going. So I love that too. I don't think I've ever caught a shiny Magnemite in any game, like Pokemon Go. We didn't catch it in Gen 3. Well, you know if it's in Gen 3, but I think it is. But yeah, we didn't get it. And I didn't get it, haven't got it yet here. If I get an opportunity, I might shiny hunt for that one. I considered Electrode and Voltorb in Gen 3, like where it's just pretty much, it looks like a Pokeball, like looks like it could be an item, but psych. I thought about shiny hunting one of those. And if y'all have any ideas of like what would be some other good shiny hunts for Gen 2, because I'm having a hard time remembering. You have to excuse me, I've done a little bit of partying since last time I played this game. Like, isn't there like an Eevee they gave me or something like that? Or am I just imagining that? I know there's like the Miltank farm right around the corner from Ecruteak City. You know, I'm just a little south of there. I think I'm gonna wait on the legendary beast, like, cause you know I can release them pretty much and get them going. But and what's cool about that is I do have wait a minute, I just thought about that. So I have Mean Look on Ghastly, which means you can't escape. So if a Pokemon like tries to like run away, then it won't work. But it doesn't. I don't think that works for moves that like roar, like which I'm pretty sure the legendary dogs, cats, whatever you want to call them. Pretty sure they know roar, if I'm not mistaken. So I gotta figure out a good way to shiny hunt that. So I figure I'll just wait on that just a little bit, till I can get a better shiny team going and have something a little bit more appropriate to handle that. Because I kind of need to approach it kind of like Latios. Is it Latios? No, that's Mean Look. So with Roar, oh yeah, that's why I got the shiny Laleep in Gen 3, was to make sure that if I do come across another shiny Makihito, which I did, and he got away from me because he used Whirlwind, with Laleep's Suction Cup ability, Roar, Whirlwind, none of that matters. It kind of negates that ability. So I need to find a good way in this game to kind of fix that. I'll do a little research. I'm sure someone out there's got some kind of good strategy for me. On the last hunt, while we were doing the Shiny Dratini, Game Boy Cardi popped in, which was amazing because he has like 8,000 subscribers. I believe he's actually streaming right now. He's been streaming for a minute. But yeah, he popped in last night, and he gave me a really good idea that I did think of, that if the stream ended and we didn't find the Shiny Dratini, what I was going to do is open up more slots in my party and then just kind of grind more coins and then just buy a bunch of Dratinis at one time on 8 screens. I was like, yeah, we'll find it quick. Nice. So now you got you a shiny Magneton? That is a big flex, Kuyo. That is a big flex, dude. I'm happy for you, man. That's awesome. Because I love it when a shiny evolves, dude. It's almost like getting a whole new shiny. Like when you know you're going to get it. It's like you've already worked for it, but it's like now you get your other one. So that's awesome, dude. Shoot, yeah. We're going to get this guy pretty soon, hopefully. Sudowoodo is one of those Pokemon I feel like that gets forgotten. Oh, that's funny. We got a Metapod there because I headbutted that tree instead of actually clicking. There we go. And let's see, what do we got? Nothing. So yeah, we'll keep chopping wood and this tree will fall. No pun intended. Go. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do a shiny hunt. You know, if you go like west from here, like kind of go a little south and kind of go back where I came from, there will be the national park where you can shiny hunt. We could shiny hunt during the contest where, you know, only certain Pokemon pop up in the contest, like Pinsir, Scyther, maybe Heracross. We could shiny hunt. No, excuse me. We could shiny hunt that way. I think it'd be a little risky. I think it'd be fun though. I wouldn't mind it. So yeah, I might look into that actually. If we find the shiny Sudowoodo, we could probably do that later on this stream. But first, we gotta get the shiny Sudowoodo. He'll be coming around the mountain. Alright, we're gonna get another headbutt going on. I gotta watch that bottom right screen there. It's the one furthest away. I should probably fix it because I think I like did overkill as far as to make sure like we're all like getting different frames. So I think I'm like still worried about the Gen 3 aspect of it, which it is different. So Gen 2 is like the easiest and best thing to shiny hunt on, and there's some of the best shiny hunts too. On top of like, I just prefer these sprites. They have so much personality to them. They're different looking. A lot of them are different colors. Like, it don't even have to be shiny. Like Spinnerack, for example. Spinnerack, everyone knows Spinnerack is green, but in this game he's not like regular Spinnerack. I mean, he's like this dark purplish blue. And then any other shiny Spinnerack would be like a light blue color. No, in this game he's a bright purple. So things like that, you just gotta love Gen 2. And on top of the fact that you can get 16 gym badges in this game. That's something that they never revisited in any Pokemon game ever. So that alone is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's see here. Alright, so the average on this channel to find a shiny is about an hour, hour and a half. However, we're about 45 minutes in, so we could be about halfway to our odds. We could get lucky soon. We'll just have to see. Let's see, what did the oh yeah, Whomping Willow. I was thinking about the name of the shiny that we're going to get. I wonder what Raibo 100 is going to name his shiny magic card, or if he's even thought of a name for it yet. I'm not even sure if he does nicknames for shinies. I forgot to even look. Yeah, Kanto XP. What he's doing over there on that channel is crazy, man. I just cannot stress that enough. It is such good content, because when you find a shiny in Gen 1, I mean, I've been watching a lot of shiny hunters. I've not seen anyone shiny hunt in Gen 1. So that's awesome what he's doing over there. Really glad to have him part of the team. And I think I kind of alluded to this earlier. I didn't really explain myself too well. But yeah, Game Boy, Shiny Boy Advance and TKD Panda, those were the first two shiny hunters. I think Shiny Boy Advance was the first one, but those were the first two shiny hunters that I came across that I started watching myself consistently. And yeah, they're really good in this same niche that I do. And TKD Panda, I think he's got like over 200,000 subscribers, so I mean, he's doing really well. And Shiny Boy Advance, he's got over 2,000 subscribers, but he just took a 5-month like kind of break from streaming. So glad that he's back. He just now kind of started back this past week, so really glad to have him back streaming. Let's see. What are we going to get going on here? Nothing there. Alright. I'm actually picking up the speed a little bit. Oops. Occasionally I do end up headbutting a tree on that one screen. There we go. Alright. But yeah, I'm definitely picking up speed here. It's like we're shiny hunting on really 7 screens. We're on 8, but 7 for Sudowoodo. And the one of them, we're just headbutting a tree. There we go. Which, I mean, that would be a cool shiny hunt, to headbutt a tree and get the one where the Pineco falls out and get a shiny Pineco, then get a shiny Fortress. I mean, talking about a tank Pokemon, yeah, that's one of them. I've always felt like Cloyster, the evolved form of Shelter, has always been underrated for how strong he is. Guess I'll go back, trying to get out of the lab. It's like a Slim Shady round right there. Back to the lab again. It's on Rap City. But you're gonna get out of there soon, man. You're gonna get out of there soon. I know it, because like I said, you're getting pretty close to odds. I forget where you're at, like 6,000-7,000, but I mean, you're close. You are definitely close. But yeah, you're gonna get there. I don't know if I've asked you if you have a nickname for that shiny Charmander that you're gonna get. Not if you're gonna get it, is when you're gonna get it. But yeah, like I said, you're gonna get that thing soon, for sure. And another big congratulations to Kuyo for the Magnemite. If y'all have any ideas of what we should do after we get this shiny Sudowoodo, let me know. Like I said, the best idea I think I have right now is shiny hunting in National Park. Like, you know, during the bug catching contest, where like only certain Pokemon appear, like Heracross, Scyther, Pinsir, I forget, you know, but you know, some of the cool ones. And haven't thought of one. Hedwig next, since it's night. You know, I'm not opposed to that. I guess one of the reasons why I haven't went back is because I figure I would be doing some more route hunting. Because, you know, we did a lot of route. We almost, I think we hunted every route just about that has grass on Gen 3. So I kind of figured, you know, I would eventually get a shiny Hoot Hoot or a Noctowl just by like, you know, trying to have like a target Pokemon and then just encountering the Hoot Hoot. But what was funny is like I actually like tried to get the Hoot Hoot, and I got 2 shiny Rattatas and a shiny Spinarak, and then after the shiny Spinarak I was like, whoa, I didn't think I'd get that. So then I moved on, but it was like, yeah, the Hoot Hoot had a much higher statistic for an encounter rate. So yeah, it was kind of mind blowing. Yeah, I mean, we got to get Hedwig for the shiny only Harry Potter themed nickname playthrough. It's a long title, but we got to get the Hedwig for it. We've got to. Let's see. Yeah, I got a feeling this Sudowoodo's coming soon. Not much longer. I'll tell you, I did make a rookie streamer mistake. I started stream with no drink. So yeah, I think I might go ahead and grab me one of those. Be right back. I'll tell you, I'm such a Georgia Bulldog fan that for the longest I wouldn't drink Gatorade because it came from the University of Florida, because, you know, it was Gatorade. So I would just drink Powerade. But had a special on a 24 pack, yeah. Now it's not that big a deal. Kind of forget that Gatorade came from Florida anyway. So, I'm not that much of a hater on Florida anymore like I kind of was growing up, because, you know, Georgia wasn't always the national championship team that they are now. We were always close. That was the headache, is that we would do good, we'd get to the SEC championship, but we'd lose to Alabama. And before that, it was we'd lose one game all year, and that one game would be to Florida and would cost us, you know, playing in the SEC championship and go on to win the national championship. So yeah, I kind of grew up hating Florida. That was like my first like rival team that I didn't like. But recently, I kind of feel bad for them. I mean, they've been firing their coaches left and right. So, and then it's really easy to hate Alabama just because they're like the New England Patriots of college football. But I've always had a big appreciation for the head coach Nick Saban. He really is a great coach. But that's in the past for him now. My favorite football movies are We Are Marshall and Remember the Titans. Awesome. I'm always wearing like funny jerseys. This one is the. I don't know if you can see that. The Ray Finkel jersey. I think the last time I wore this was for a Super Bowl at work. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn's Finkel. But yeah, I thought it was a good shirt to wear for the Super Bowl. But yeah, We Are Marshall's a really good one. Matthew McConaughey did a really good job in that movie. And Remember the Titans. I need to go back and watch that. I haven't watched that one since high school. I think my favorite football movie, which made me cry, both movies. Then the last time a movie made me cry was $1 Million Baby. That was a really good one. At the end of it, I don't know why. I was watching it alone. Should have never done that. But yeah, I like. I think if I had to give a favorite football movie, just because I grew up watching it, like while I was playing football, Friday Night Lights, Mike Winchell, Boobie Miles. Because what it really does, it does capture the heart of some of these small Texas towns. Right, that's what they live for. Like, the culture is the town shuts down on Friday nights. Like the barbershops, the convenience store. Because, it's like lots of these small towns in America, they don't have Walmart. So, family businesses are actually still king, like they should be. But the floor shops, they'll shut down. Like I said, the businesses in town close down and they go to the game and they support their local high school. And it really kind of captures like how serious they take their high school football out there and how much pressure that is for us. And not just a 17-year-old, man. Like, some of these guys are 14 years old, playing varsity football. If you're big enough and fast enough, you're going to get out there. But then, you got the pressure of, like, the press. So, yeah, those small Texas towns, they take football so serious. Didn't see that one coming, but I want to. I didn't see that one, but I want to. Yeah, it's a really good movie. It's got good acting in it, too. Some good actors. I think it's actually got Tim McGraw in it, funny enough. But he actually does a really good job. Like, you wouldn't even know that's Tim McGraw. But, yeah, it's a really good movie. I should go back and watch it. I watch it every once in a while. It's a really good motivational movie based on a true story. I won't ruin it for you, but yeah, it's a good one. I'm trying to think of some other good sports movies, but again, I'm not a big sports guy. I'm just a big college football lover. There's not a lot of good college football movies, I guess, other than like Rudy. I think some other ones, but Rudy's pretty much the big one. And that was unfortunate. My Georgia Bulldogs did play Notre Dame in that Sugar Bowl, but then the terrorist attack happened, and I know that sounds insignificant. That was huge. because we're talking about a team of young men, practically boys, fresh out of high school. They're in a city they've probably never been in before, New Orleans. They're about to play in the Sugar Bowl. You got this much stress on you, and everything. We're creatures of habit. We're structured individuals. We got schedules. All of a sudden, there's a terrorist attack, and the game has been canceled. I haven't that is rare. Like when it's like canceling the Super Bowl. And the game didn't get canceled. It got pushed like a day back. But that's huge. So now you got all these other things you're thinking about. Are you even safe to be? And I was one of those kind of people was thinking, it'd be okay to push this game back a week, for the safety of our players, or because I was wondering, are boys in danger, truly. But so if I'm thinking that, of course the players, some of them got to be thinking that. Once when the game actually starts, like what's going to happen. Notre Dame won that football game, and I just got to give it to them. That's all I got to say. They were the better football team in that 60 minutes of play, but I just hate how that happened. And I'm not blaming Georgia's loss on the terrorist attack. It didn't help. It did not help. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, that's crazy. It's a crazy world we live in. It really is. Because we have so many things that happen in our country, like between the Charlie Kirk thing and the terrorist attack in New Orleans. It's yeah, it's cray cray. It's here in America, we become I think we're becoming more and more numb. So just the violence, the craziness, which I don't think these European countries are experiencing half of what we got going on over here. That's where it gets even more wild. But what can you do, As this one guy I knew from New York, he had a catchphrase, and he would say it all the time, so unnecessarily, just you'd just be talking, and he would just be like, "And what are you gonna do? And what are you gonna do? Yeah, and what are you gonna do? Yeah." And it's just I don't know. Come to think of it. But I'm sure we all know someone like that has their catchphrases. I used to work with this one guy, and he was a really good server. He could serve the heck out of some tables. He just had these the same catchphrases. We're rolling now. It's growing on trees out there, baby. It's growing on trees. And you think you say that a few times, okay, no, consistently, 4 or 5 times throughout the shift. We're rolling now. It's growing on trees out there, baby. It's growing on trees. And the best one he had, which is one that I can't even hate on because I use it now myself, is I understand. So as a server, that's huge. I feel like a lot of people don't have that. If you're in the hospitality, you don't have to be in the food industry. If you're just in the hospitality industry and you're working with people, you say I understand. Even if you're frustrated, regardless of how you feel about whatever they're complaining about or whatever they're talking about, when you say I understand, people tend to shut up. One time it didn't work out for me, but I know that dude, cool dude, old war veteran. I think he's telling me his fries are cold. They were always cold when he comes here. And I said, I understand. And I was about to say, I'm on my way. And he's like, you say that, but do you mean it? Do you really understand? I was like, oh. Say it again. But for the most part, so that's the full circle back. It's not one of those catchphrases you'll hear me say. Maybe not. I understand. It's just a good one for when someone's complaining about something that's completely out of your control and they're just taking it out on you. It's just like, I understand. I got you. Yeah, I mean, you know, as a server, you know, I'm a little bit of an actor. That's what I like to believe, because it doesn't really matter like what kind of day I'm having. You know, as a server bartender, you know, you need to play a little bit of a part. You know, you gotta be a little bit, you know, a little spunkiness to you. That's why I started drinking. But no, I mean, I can work around alcohol now and not have to drink it, but I would eventually like just to get out of the industry too, start selling real estate, doing some things like that, doing a little something different. Let's see, what do we got? Let's see here. So yeah, I watch if there's a movie or a set of movies that I go back and watch pretty frequently, I would have to say it's the Ace Ventura movies. Those are funny no matter what. Like, those are gonna be funny until the day I die. So repping Ray Finkel hard. The Waterboy jersey, that's the one I wore last night on the stream. The Waterboy is a really good movie, but I haven't seen that one in probably 5 to 6 years at least. Turn this chair around. What's cool about this chair too is I can just turn it completely around, just take the back part of it and just prop my arms up on it. Works out great. It's just like so. So yeah, we're gonna get this guy soon. I believe. I like these static encounter hunts, like, you know, the starter hunts or the legendary hunts. I mean, I have my appreciation for both, because I mean, it is fun route hunting too. Just for the surprise of, you know, what you don't know what shiny you're about to get, because you know it could be any of the Pokemon in the route. But I do like the cool aesthetic of, you know, just having all the normal sprites and then just finding that one shiny. I just love that. Yeah, we'll get it soon though. And it was weird because when I was shiny hunting Dratini, I didn't realize how blue the normal non-shiny sprite is. So I kept looking for a pink sprite, but when he popped up, he was more of like this, kind of like basically what Dratini looks like, a pale purplish color. That was the shiny sprite. Gen 2 never ceased to amaze me. Let's see here. The thing is, we still gotta catch this guy. And I do have some great balls now, so we're not going into this with 6 Pokeballs like I've been doing on some of the other ones. Yeah, in Gen 1, Dratini was like lighter, I feel like. Yeah, they just changed things up so much, like from generation to generation even. But yeah, my first kind of encounter of how different Gen 2 is going to be, it was just seeing the non-shiny, and I saw a meme about this after it happened. It's like, was I the only one bamboozled about this? Because everyone knows Spinarak is green, but when you encounter a non-shiny in this game, Spinarak, he's like purple. So like, I guess like now that we've played so many new Pokemon games, when we go back and play this, it's like I forgot that, like, yeah, Spinarak was like kind of a bluish, kind of purplish color. And his shiny sprite, you know, was that bright purple. That, you know, he's still got a little bit. This is kind of a dark purple in the Aerodos, but yeah, very different. And honestly, I'm not even sure, like, really how different this shiny Sudowoodo is going to look. I think you should have like a red tint, and then have like a different. Also, I mean, just be a different color altogether. Should have maybe more like a green, and then oh yeah, where he has the green balls, I think those should become red. We'll find out. I think it'd be a really cool contrast. Let's see. But yeah, we'll get it soon though. Not sweating it. But actually, I might do a time test. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi. So 8 Mississippi. I think I counted 7 earlier. Alright. There we go. I don't know if y'all noticed on that one screen on the bottom right, I actually headbutted a tree. Sometimes a Pokemon will pop out and kind of like I won't notice it, and I'll think it's the shiny just because it's so different looking. Let's see here. I could pick up the speed a little bit. I hate Oaks Labs. I've been here like 2 months. You're gonna get out of there soon. I believe. And like I said, you're getting pretty close to odds. So that tends where it tends to happen. You know, when you get close to odds. You know, I kind of put in the math one time to see, like, you know, when should I hit my odds? Like, when should I hit my odds? And it said about an hour and 20 minutes. If I'm going like 5 seconds per encounter. So we're at 7 to 8. So, you know, it should maybe, I'm guessing, take closer to like 2 hours for this. You know, that's hard to guesstimate off that too. But it's always been pretty accurate too. Because for the majority of those hunts that we do have, like we're route hunting, we have encounters popping up every 5 seconds. It's actually closer to an hour. And we'll find a shiny, which in my opinion is almost like too quick. Because it's like, you know how I have to do. It's like, if I want a shiny hunt again, then I've got to, you know, pick that one screen, go to that spot, save there, then delete the other save files, duplicate that save file, and, you know, do all this on live, and it takes about 15 minutes to get everything going. And I don't mind it. I do it a lot, but it's like, you know, at some point you want to work for the shiny to some degree. But we did have I think it was not last stream. Last stream we caught the shiny Dratini, but the stream before that we caught 2 shinies. We started shiny hunting Ghastly, found him like within an hour. Then we started shiny hunting in the route south of Violet City, and then we found a shiny Wooper like within the next hour. And then I started shiny hunting in Union Cave, and I was pretty sure we were going to get either, you know, a Geodude, a Zubat, something like that. But I think that's when I messed with my controller, and then I couldn't get it to like resync like with everything. So I was like, you know what, we've been going for a while, I'll just end it. But yeah, we could have caught 3 shinies on that stream, which would have tied the record. I think we've had we've had at least 2 streams where we caught 3 shinies. I think the first one we were shiny hunting for Spill. Pretty quickly into the stream we found a shiny Zubat, and then we found a shiny Spill like an hour after that. And then I had us set up and ready to go and shiny hunt Groudon, and then we found shiny Groudon and caught him too, which the catching him part was just as amazing. So yeah, that was a really good stream. The Safari Zone stream that I did, I should probably go back and do another one of those. In my opinion, it was a success. We ended up finding 3 shinies ultimately throughout the entirety of the stream. However, we only caught 2 of them because the shiny Gloom got away. But hey, I felt like that made some pretty good content, just for, you know. Yeah, we always find a shiny on the stream. We may not always catch it. Oh yeah, I think I saw the Groudon short. Yep. So I don't know what's going on with my shorts lately, but hopefully they start getting pushed again. I think I kind of brought this up before. I think it's the music that I have in the background in my shorts, but honestly, that doesn't make entirely too much sense. Not sure. And I was asking someone else about it. It was like, you know, the algorithm could have flagged something from like a while back. So I'm kind of like going back through my videos and kind of making sure I don't have anything, because I've had a lot of stupid stuff on my channel just from like when I first started the channel a few months ago, and just editing videos, you know, on CapCut on my phone, and just, you know, just uploading, see how I do. I think the time of day matters posted too. And see, that was the thing. I've stayed like consistent for the past like month, maybe 2, of just posting. What am I trying to say? Like 5:45 at night. But unless it's a weekend, post at 9:45 in the morning, and those been doing good. You know, sometimes they hit 3,000 and 4,000, sometimes 2,000. Pretty consistent. Like they're at least going to hit, you know, 1.5K. But then yeah, all of a sudden it kind of fell off a cliff. But it's happened before, and I've actually can predict it. Like when I switch a niche, I knew it would happen, but I didn't think it would take this long for me to get pushed back into the shorts stream. So for me to explain that better is when I switch my niche. So just going from Gen 3 Pokemon Ruby to Gen 2 Pokemon Gold, because I'm using those hashtags, and I guess I'm playing a different game. But so, you know, I feel like other people switch things up harder than that. But I do know when I went from Pokemon Go content to Fortnite, it stopped pushing my stuff because I completely changed my niche. But then it started pushing it, it did well, and then right when the Fortnite videos started doing well, I started doing shiny hunting content. And yeah, the first 2 videos didn't go, but yeah, as of lately, it's like the past 5 or 6 haven't went. So I'm trying to you know, again, like I've said, like too, like it's not that big a focus. Like more of my focus is on the long form videos, or should be anyway, editing those, and on my streams, because that's where your watch hours come from. Truly, you know, the shorts is more of a funnel to get subscribers over here. And it'll pick back up eventually, so it's nothing that I'm truly even concerned about. But I do question, like, you know, what is happening there? I don't know. I have no idea. My high school didn't offer algorithm. If they did, I would have probably got a B at best. I mean, growing up when I was a kid, like math and science was like a strong point for me. But when I got in high school, they started throwing in the algebra. Like I could do it, but it's just like, this is stupid. And like, I had no motivation to do that homework. I tell you what. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much high school. I mean, as long as you show effort, like your teacher, you know, is going to help you. They're going to work with you. Like, that's your high school teacher. But what I appreciate about in college is, in college, you know, there's not a lot that sneaks up on you. They tell you way ahead of time, like when your projects are due. They might even give you the book. It may not be due for another 3 months. And they may not even remind you. But I actually like that to some degree. But because you know when everything's due, you know when you got everything going on, it also makes you feel guilty if you're ever like, or just not doing anything. You're just chilling. You're just living your best life. You feel guilty because you know there's something you could be doing that could be due in 2 weeks or in 3 weeks from now, and you just know that it's a project. You're still going to have your typical homework, so you got to make time for it sometime. So, glad to be done with all that, where you just feel guilty. But, I mean, I kind of still get that sometimes, like, with work, the pressure, like, you know, putting out content enough in time, you know. And then, you know, I want to take real estate classes too, so I'm probably not out of the woodwork yet. But it is important just to take time, like, just to chill, enjoy yourself. Let's see here. Should be getting this guy soon, I would think. Use the restroom real quick. Right back. Alright. Shady's back. Let's get this shiny Sudowoodo, y'all. I think it's coming soon. I do believe. And shout out to Jay again for coming through with another great nickname. So yeah, I was actually telling my mom that I've got a viewer from BC, because she's like talked about Vancouver for a while and like going up there and seeing that, which is funny because I was the one that showed her the city line, like pulled up the videos and showing her about, you know, British Columbia and Banff and, you know, the national parks up there and just the beauty, you know, Squamish. That's where in Squamish, I don't think she had even realized. We watched a video, not a video. It was like a YouTube documentary on Netflix called The Alpinist, and he is from Squamish. His name is Marc-Andre Leclerc, and I will tell you right now, that is the best documentary ever. You can't do a documentary better. I mean, it's actually impossible. You just can't. Again, it's called The Alpinist. He's from Squamish, and yeah. So we'd watched that. I mean, I've watched it a few times. So yeah, I told her, I was like, yeah, that's where that dude's from, Squamish. Yeah, it's a really beautiful area. Oh, nice. I'll check it out. Yeah, dude. I don't want to ruin it for you, but phenomenal. It's one of those things. I will tell you this: what he is a rock climber. He's a solo alpinist. I mean, he's like a Spider-Man. I mean, he'll, with no ropes, with no climbing gear, he'll just free solo. Like, he's done Yosemite. Like the rock face, like Half Dome, like he was right up it. And he's done some of the hardest mountains in the world. Like, went down to, I think it was in Argentina, somewhere in the Patagonia, doing some climbing down there. He climbed El Capitan. So yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. Because the documentary does not end the way you think it would end. It's got, like, for a documentary to have a twist like that, it's crazy. So yeah, that's why I said I can't ruin it for you, but it's got a twist ending, the documentary. See here. Yeah, Netflix does the best docs. Yeah, yeah, I have to agree with you on that. That's like some of the best things to kind of like. I'm sure I can't be the only one to do this. Like, where I'll get my food, sit down, I'll look to find something on Netflix, but by the time I scroll through and watch all these trailers, it's like, oh, are you done eating? I kind of just pretty much got the fix just by going through and watching trailers, especially on the documentaries. There's one I really liked, flight MH113 or 87, whatever that one flight was from Malaysia. And they don't know what happened to the plane. They said, oh yeah, he took the plane on a joyride. He went way over here with it. And then that one lady from Florida, like as a volunteer, like found like what looks like a plane to be like crashed, potentially shot down. It said that, like, the United States military was doing exercises in that area, just coincidentally, but they don't know what happened. Yeah, it's a very interesting documentary. Very, very interesting. I think they got one coming out about Sitting Bull. About the, I had to educate my mom about Battle of Little Bighorn. Called Sitting Bull. A little bloody massacre. For the American troops anyway. The natives pretty much held their own in that battle. But yeah, I'm a weird, like, historian nerd, I guess you could say. Like, I would love to go to, like, Omaha Beach out in Normandy, France. I mean, the videos I've seen, like, people just treat it like a regular beach. They're just out there sunbathing, just whatever. It's just a beach to them now. Let's see. like Gettysburg. I'd love to see that. That'd be cool. Because you did bring up Remember the Titans earlier, so full circled back to that one. But yeah, I'm just a history nerd. That's why I really want to go check out Europe. That's just like one big museum to me. I want to go to NYC. Yeah, so me and my mom have talked about. Me and my mom, we do a lot of mother-son trips. Typically, we go to the same places though. Orlando. We've been there 3 or 4 times, and we've been to Vegas 3 times. But I've kind of I think I have talked her into NYC because we've done some research now. We pretty much know we want to stay south of Central Park. We really don't have any business wanting to see anything on the Upper East Side, Upper West Side, Harlem, Queens, Bronx, nothing like that. We just want to stay on the south side of Manhattan because there's a lot of neighborhoods within there that we want to see. For example, Greenwich Village. We're on season 10 of Friends, so that's where the Friends building is. Greenwich Village is one of the best places. Probably, if you're going to live in Manhattan, that's probably where you'd want to do it. Times Square, obviously. Central Park, Little Italy, Chinatown. They got the Harry Potter store there. They got the Nintendo store, which used to be a Pokemon Center in New York. I want to see all their Friends and Spider-Man spots. Oh yeah. So the thing about Friends is, really it was shot in California, in a studio, but it's just outside of that apartment, and some of the New York skylines, that's just added in, kind of give the New York feel. I thought that was disappointing, but yeah, there's a bunch of iconic spots in New York City actually. I think there's one spot in Central Park, or maybe it's Bryant Park, and right across the street John Lennon was shot. Stuff like that. I think it was John Lennon, but just weird things like that. The pizza places, Joe's Pizza. Yeah, there's just so much going on up in NYC. So I feel like that's something everyone should do at some point. The thing with New York is to stay right there in Times Square is ridiculously expensive, for no reason. When you could probably stay what is it? What is that spot? It's right next to Hell's Kitchen. Stay in Hell's Kitchen. You're right there, and it's probably less expensive. Like I said, we've done enough research on it. We haven't been there, but we kind of have an idea of if we do go. Vegas winning 5-1. Nice. Coming in clutch. Those Desert Boys are pretty good on ice. Who would have thought? Because that is funny, like I said, I've been to Vegas 3 times, and as a Georgia boy, some of the best parts of Vegas is getting outside of Vegas, literally just 20-30 minutes outside. Either direction, you can go to Valley of Fire, or you can go to Red Rock Canyon. I've been to both. I love them both, and some of the best parts of being in Vegas is going out there in the desert canyons. So it's just funny that they're also one of the best hockey teams. That's funny. But Vegas is not going anywhere. Just when we thought Vegas was dying, no, they bring in the Oakland Raiders. So they got the Las Vegas Raiders there. So when I was there, that's when I got my Brock Bowers jersey. Everybody thinks I'm a Raiders fan now. It's no. He used to play for Georgia. I want to tell you, I'd seen DJ sets at Red Rocks. Looks cool. Nice. Now, I have to admit that a lot of people get confused of Red Rock Amphitheater. That's in Colorado. But Red Rock Canyon is just on the outskirts of Vegas. So those DJ sets, you might be talking about Red Rock Amphitheater in Colorado, where it's got like all the big steps that go like way up, and you see people like running down like backwards and stuff like that. And that's the Red Rock Amphitheater in Colorado. But Red Rock Canyon in Vegas, that'd be a cool spot to set up. Like I said, I've been out there, and then I went home. No, I think it was the Red Rock. It was outside, I think. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was about to say, like, yeah, I mean, that would be a great spot to set up, though. The Red Rock Canyon. Yeah, beautiful out there. And it wasn't until after I came back, I watched a video, and I saw where, like, they have a flash flood there, and someone was in the canyon, and it saw, like, a friggin' waterfall shoot over a mountainside, and it started flooding the canyon, and it was just like this like nothing was coming over the mountain, and all of a sudden just a burst of water came, and it was just turned into a waterfall and started flooding. Like, that was like a true flash flood. I'd never seen something like that, but it's a video on YT. Yeah, it's pretty, I think you can just put in like flash flood, Red Rock Canyon. But yeah, it's a crazy video. That would scare me silly. But I mean, those flash floods, I mean, those are real things out there. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Into the Wild. It's one of my favorite movies, based on the true story of Christopher McCandless. Graduated from Emory University here in Atlanta. And yeah, highly intelligent dude, but he just pretty much got rid of his social security number, his ID, all that. He just I think he needed his ID to drive, but he took his car out there as far as he could on the West Coast, and then he got hit with a flash flood and like destroyed his car. And you know, at that point, yeah, it was that point he decided, well, I don't need a license, so he cut his license up, burned his social security card, because his plan was to go live out in Alaska. Like, it's a brash decision, but he met a lot of people along the way, and it was the journey along the way that like truly like awoken him and like kind of opened his eyes. Some good actors in that movie too. Like Vince Vaughn, like he seems pretty young in that movie. Yeah, a really good one though. So good, I've got it on DVD 2 times. Cause I thought I lost it the first one. Let's see. Let's think about some movies. You know, they're always remaking movies, but there's some movies that like probably deserve to be remade because they're so good. But because they're so good, like they're rightfully so, they're not going to remake them. For example, Pulp Fiction. They're not going to redo that. As long as Quentin Tarantino's alive, they're not going to redo Pulp Fiction. But if it was redone in today's world, it'd be a top selling box office hit. I mean, it would blow the charts. I don't know who they would get to play the parts, but so I'm kind of like torn on that because I would love to see Pulp Fiction remade, but you also don't want to like ruin like a masterpiece. It's not that it would, but like that's the way a lot of people are going to look at it. It'll kind of like diminish like the older one. Alright, we'll get this guy soon, I know it. It's making us work for it, but you know, that's okay. Alright, nothing there. Keep it trucking. Can't believe they already redoing Harry Potter. It hasn't even been long. So yeah, that's a. I'm actually glad you brought that up, Jay. It's a very interesting topic, and here's why. Oops. So I'm not big on political stuff and stuff like that. However, I was reading this one thing about J.K. Rowling's transphobia. Now, she's actually gotten so much backlash from that. Even from the stars of the show. Specifically, Emma Watson, I guess is her name. Yeah. And Daniel Radcliffe. They've pushed back on. So apparently they don't have a good relationship now because of the transgender disagreement. So someone has mentioned that J.K. Rowling is giving the okay when she typically would have never. She's giving the okay to do another Harry Potter series is almost like a slap in the face to the original actors, because you know they're supposed to be iconic. That is supposed to be Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe, you know, and all that. But someone was saying they wonder if that is that's why that's an interesting conversation, because I was wanting to know what your thoughts on that were, because like I said, I'm not political, and like I believe everyone is entitled to their own beliefs. I'm not going to hate on anyone unless it's completely absurd. And honestly, I don't even know what some of the things that she has said about transgender people. So because of that, there's been a big tear between, you know, J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter. So essentially she's giving that, because but I don't know if that's truly it though. I really don't know. It's just something, like I said, it's just something I read, so I don't know. But it's interesting, because it's almost like if you have an opportunity to do this, I mean, I know it's a money grab, but I mean, you only get to live once. I mean, she is like pretty much a billionaire now. How much money do you need? You know, I don't even know what she said, but I can personally remove the creator from the art if I don't agree. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. You know what I mean? Like, even if like I don't like agree with like your opinions, like, you know, it's like I can still appreciate the art, because Harry Potter itself, I mean, it's a masterpiece. So it's a shame that, you know, some people, you know, they'll do something, protest this, but yet they'll still eat at Subway, knowing that, you know, the spokesperson Jared, you know what I'm, you know where I'm getting at. So, like I said, I try not to get too caught up in political protest. I tell you what, Threads is popping. I need to post on Threads more often. I posted something on Threads and it got like 240 likes. I've never had 240 likes on anything. And it might have been back in MySpace, back when MySpace was a thing. I think I had like 500 comments on a picture, but I was a little playa back then. I might pick up the speed a little bit with it. We'll get this guy quick. Because I've been kind of just slowly taking my time with it. And like, even if someone's opinion is different from mine, I could still get along with it, as long as they're not racist, etc., and respect me. Exactly. Like, that's what I was trying to allude at. Like, I can respect someone else's opinion as long as it's not like barbaric. You know what I mean? Like, completely irrational. But yeah, I mean, I I'm confident in myself to, respect others. One good saying is, treat everyone like a gentleman, not because they are, but because you are. Love that. So yeah, I got a feeling he's coming soon. I've had this feeling for a while, so maybe I should get over that feeling. Let's see here. Like I said earlier, I expect the shiny every single time. Let's see here. Boom. He'll be coming around the mountain. What color shiny Sudowoodo again? So yeah, he's like a pale green. He should be, but that's what the typical and you'll see like the green balls should become red. I do believe that it should have like a greenish color to it. But that's definitely what the newer games show them as. As far as this one, hard to say. Hard to say. Because yeah, with Dratini, I was almost positive it was going to be a pink Sprite. And it wasn't. It was not much different than soon we get it. My spidey senses is tingling. Soon? Okay. Spidey senses are tingling. Alright. It's good news. I think you're right. And we're getting close to odds. Probably another 15 minutes we'll probably hit right at odds, I'm thinking, because that'll be right at 2 hours. I said earlier, I was thinking 2 hours would probably hit right at odd. Like I said, 5 seconds on the encounters is 1 hour 20 minutes. So we're working with 7 or 8 seconds on the encounter. I'm thinking that'll add it to 2 hours, if my math is correct. I'm just kind of guesstimating that in my head. I really don't know. But, 2 hours sounds right. We are booking. It's like, even if it was every 8 seconds getting another 8 encounters, we are booking. The funniest thing ever would be for a shiny Caterpie to pop up when I accidentally headbutt that tree. Nothing there. There I go again, headbutting the tree. Boom. Alright. Yeah, I've definitely picked up a little speed. So we should be getting it soon. The main thing is to pick up speed through here, but don't pick up speed right here, Take your time. Make sure, you check to make sure it's not the shiny. And then you go on. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. Yeah, at this speed, we're going to get it soon. Alright. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi. I counted fast, so it's probably more 7 seconds, but yeah, so about 7 seconds at this speed. So I've gained an extra second. I believe that's what's going to give us the advantage to get it pretty quick. I don't know if you can hear my fingers over here. I'm Freddy Fast Hands. Nope. Well, Dratini did take 3 hours, but when it shined, it shined. What I should have said is when it's time to shine. It's time. just not there. We'll get this guy though. I know it. The game Rob playing with his bro looks funny. Oh, so he's not playing Pokemon tonight? Word. So yeah, you said you didn't. Yeah, I remember now. You said you didn't know the game he was playing. It looks funny. Is it like a shoot 'em game, like a shoot 'em up game? I don't know if you know this, but I used to play the heck out of Call of Duty. The last Call of Duty I played was Black Ops 6. And like if it came out in November, I prestiged 10 by January. Yeah, I played it a disgusting amount. And I mean, I worked too. I mean, I still worked 5 days a week, but it was any other time I wasn't working. I mean, I was barely sleeping. I was playing that game so much. So yeah, after I max prestige 10, yeah, I took a break, and then I just have not picked it back up since. I think because I grinded so hard in such a short amount of time, it was like it almost ruined it for me. But I wouldn't mind going. I mean, it's been over a year now since I've played Call of Duty. I can't honestly say that I miss it. I'm worse at shooters, except Uncharted on PlayStation. Love that game. Oh, Uncharted is goated. Thanks for reminding me of that. I need to go back and play some Uncharted. Probably wouldn't do it live stream, but just kind of we'll casually play it. So I got Death Stranding 2. Still in the sealed package. Like I haven't even opened it, but I want to play that. It's like Norman Reedus is like the main character or something in the game. That's cool because I'm a big Walking Dead fan. Love that series. The spin-offs were disappointing. I was not a big fan of the Walking Dead spin-offs. But the series was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But yeah, Uncharted is great. I went to go see that in theaters when it came out with my friend Sean and Tay Tay. Only seen 6 walking episodes. That seems good. Yeah, so the story starts off actually like really good, in my opinion, as far as him being in the coma. Well, I mean, it comes from the comic book, so it's like he wakes up from the coma and finds out his wife's with his partner, his best friend, cop friend, and but the story gets even like better and better from there. Like once they introduce Negan. Now a lot of people, spoiler alert, Glenn was a big main character, but they kill off by the time you get this like the last season. Like there's basically nobody from the first season like still alive, kind of stuff. And like everybody gets killed off in that show. Everybody. And people stopped watching when Glenn got killed. But they brought in Negan. Negan was the dude. The dude. I mean, he was the villain that I loved. And he had a sense of humor about him that he brought to the show. I feel like the show kind of needed that because it kind of got mundane of, we're just running from zombies or killing zombies. We got to find a new civilization. There's more people out to get us. But nah, he was like a really cool villain, a good one. Like not a good guy, not in any sort of the fashion. He ends up becoming a good guy, but which is crazy. So yeah, I pretty much just ruined that whole entire series. Sorry, but it's drawn out. Like I do love it, but I can understand why a lot of people stopped watching it because it's just so drawn out. It's just the same thing over and over, and it's like it's okay. I probably won't watch it. Yeah, it's just the highlights are like at the end of the season, so it's like you watch a whole season that like builds up to like one scene that like doesn't even like do justice for like what it's supposed to do. My favorite series ever is Lost. So yeah, I never finished Lost, but my friend Corey kind of like gave me the spoiler alert on it. Pretty much told me, and I was like, really? But yeah, I remember when that first came out. I was in like third grade. I used to watch that along with Survivor and all those shows when I was into that. After Lost, it seemed like a Prison Break came on TV. I think by then I was in like more of middle school. They weren't dead the whole time. Yeah, I was like, what? They were like a purgatory. But yeah, weird things were happening. Like, you know, polar bears are not supposed to be on an island. I know that. We all know that. What's going on here? I'm trying to think of some other shows I like to watch, but I'm not a big TV watcher. But everyone thought that after it ended. I'm trying to think. I used to watch like briefly episodes like Bachelor, Bachelorette. Like that was fun. Like, I'd watch it with my mom. That was some good drama. I think the most hated show that I've ever watched was Gossip Girl, and I was forced to. I've seen so many episodes, but I dated this one girl, and that's all she would watch was Gossip Girl. I guess like when it was out and popular. I've seen so many episodes of that. I can tell you, it is the worst. It is the worst. Oh, you loved it? Oh, God. Oh. Who's Gossip Girl? Chuck? Is it this guy? Is it that? Okay, I think it ended up being a guy. Yeah, it wasn't for me. I love reality, Big Brother, Survivor Challenge. But you know, MTV back in the day, Team Serena, my hometown, actually reminds me of my own hometown. Oh, that's funny. MTV back in the day had some really good reality TV shows. Some really good ones. Like Next, Room Raiders, Parental Control, you know, Robin Big, all those. I think we might have talked about this before, but yeah, those were like some peak shows right there. And we were all, everybody used to complain, oh, MTV used to be in music television. Now we all just got these TV shows. And it's like, we didn't realize how good we had it back then, because those were some pretty good TV shows. Now you get 24 episodes of ridiculousness back to back to back to back to back to back. Which I remember when Ridiculousness first came out. I think I was just graduating high school. I remember binge watching that like all night one night. I was just like, oh, this is great. This is the best thing to come out since Family Guy. I don't know about you, but I love a Family Guy. Look at a Butterfree popping up. I didn't even know that was an option. That's funny. The Real World. So I didn't watch much of The Real World. Do you, let me ask you, do you remember someone on there called Dunbar? Chanel West Coast. Because see, I was in Panama City Beach for spring break. And for my, no, it wasn't spring break. It was senior trip. I just graduated high school. And I go down to Panama City Beach with like 50 people from my high school, and I forget how it happened, but we were out somewhere and we got picked up on a golf cart. Yeah, Dunbar, loved him. He did a few challenge seasons. So yeah, I didn't even know who the dude was. And I got picked up on like this nice like golf cart. Honestly, the details are fuzzy. I used to remember this story a lot better. Sorry. So yeah, we got picked up on a golf cart and took us back up to like the top of the Origins, which is like the nicest hotel in Panama City Beach. And like, so they had like the whole like, top floor like rented, and it was Dunbar. you know, they said it was Dunbar from the Real World, or something like that. And I was just like, I've never watched it, you know, so I didn't even know who. I mean, it was a fun time. I can tell you one thing. I walked in, you know, it's a pretty big open, like, you know, big living room here, big kitchen here. Have this big long counter for the kitchen, and it seemed like every square inch of that countertop had a liquor bottle on it. It was the most amazing sight I've ever seen. It looked like the inside of like a liquor store, but yeah, I was out there on the balcony with the cool guys. I didn't really drink much back then. But yeah, so I partied with Dunbar. Wait, you went to his place? No way. Well, it probably wasn't his place. It was probably like just like the hotel he was renting. Like, you know, it's probably like the suite. You know, wonder if there were other challenge guys there too. And so yeah, that's the thing. Like, it could have just been like his personal friends, or it could have been like other people from the show. But I think other people would have been like, you know, it's the Real World cast or something like that. They were just like, oh, it's Dunbar from the Real World. Because yeah, I don't remember them saying about anything else, anyone else being famous or anything like that. There was someone else that was down there for that time frame, but yeah, Panama City Beach is notorious for the famous people going down there partying. I mean, pretty much everybody does it at some point. Lil Wayne, he's been down there. I mean, everybody. Even where I live at, in this little bitty village. So I used to work for, when I was in high school, I used to dishwash, cook, for a German kitchen. And my boss, he was straight from Germany. He was tatted from earlobes down. I mean, he didn't talk like this right here, but he loved me. He loved me. He wasn't a big fan of Americans, but he loved me for some reason. And to get on with the story, he opened up a club here, which is crazy. It had 2 mechanical bulls. Gotta love Mark. But I forgot where I was going with this. Oh yeah, he got Little John. Like, this is my boss. My boss got Little John to come to Club Escape, which is no longer a club. Come to Club Escape and do a concert and like do a show. And Little John did. Unfortunately, the police like shut it down like the best they could, to the fact that like when you try to cross the bridge, like it was a license check. Like, dude, they were checking everybody. Like, they were just, you would have thought like you were going to see the president, is the way this town acted. It's kind of funny. It was like hardly no one was in there to see him. Like, I didn't get to see him. But yeah, it's just funny to have Little John up in this small town. Crazy. But you know, I mean, that one used to be pretty crunk. Back in the 80s, you know, they'd shut down the whole bridge for Oktoberfest. They'd get wild, but yeah, it don't be like that no more. Kind of like Panama City Beach, you know, MTV used to go there. I'm sure MTV still goes to Panama City Beach for spring break, but I don't think it's like it used to be, where like every corner of that beach has got a crazy drunk teenager on it. And so yeah, Panama City Beach is definitely not I mean, it's a beautiful beach anywhere you go in the Panhandle, but PCB itself is such a party vibe, and now that I'm like into my 30s, yeah, it's just a headache. It's a lot of traffic, a lot of people, a lot of drunk people. I'm past 9 months sober, so it's just like, I already work in the industry. It's like, then you just gotta live and deal with it everywhere you go. It's a thing. Some good things with moving away from PCB. Because I don't know if you know, like, I actually lived down there too for a little bit. But yeah, that water on the panhandle of Florida, some of the most beautiful beaches with the white crystal sand, the turquoise waters. Chef's kiss of a beach. And the people around there are like really cool. I mean, mostly Southerners. It's a good mix of like Georgia Bulldog fans, Florida Gator fans, Florida State fans, Alabama fans, Auburn fans, because like the universities are all not too far. I think actually there was a show called Floribama or something. And you know, it's honestly not that far. I think it's over there by Pensacola. Which I've never been to Pensacola. I used to live in Brunswick, Georgia, which is just north of Jacksonville, Florida. But those beaches are nothing like what you'll see like on the other side of Florida. Like you can get in the Gulf of Mexico. Like I said, that's white sand, like waters that look like this Jersey here. Floribama Shore. Okay, yeah, I haven't watched it, but we just right down the road from there. Let's see. When I lived out on the coast of North Carolina, there was a chick that lived right up the road from me that was on Teen Mom. That was funny. I think there was a Buckhead Shore too. It might have been in Georgia. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so Buckhead's where I bought my other Mustang at. Buckhead is like the Beverly Hills of like Atlanta. It's like where your rich people live. I mean, I think it was an apartment complex I was in, but yeah, I bought it from a police officer. It's not the Mustang I have now, it's the Mustang I had before that, but yeah, I bought it from a police officer. And after I bought it from him, I found under the seat a freaking handcuff key. Cool, yo, what's up? Had to do some stuff. I appreciate you back, man. Always glad to have you stop in, even if it's just for a minute or two. I always appreciate it. Hope you're doing well, by the way. So yeah, we've had no luck on this silly little tree, but we're not giving up. We're gonna get this guy. But yeah, Buckhead, really nice part of Atlanta. And Atlanta's like probably like most places in the world. There's places where you should go. There's places where you shouldn't go. I hate to admit this, but there's places in Atlanta you really shouldn't go. You just got no business there. Like, hear it from me. I just don't know a really good way to word it, but you're just gonna want to take my opinion and trust it. But I've never been robbed in Atlanta. Been robbed in Gainesville. But I also don't spend a lot of time in Atlanta unless I'm going to the airport. But there's some nice areas in Atlanta. Get like toward Marietta, like you know, the thing with the Atlanta Braves. So Turner Stadium. It's coincidentally Ted Turner just passed away, which I got stories on that for you, by the way. Ooh, yes, I got some stories. So Turner Stadium used to be right in the middle of Atlanta. What also people didn't like, it was right in the hood of Atlanta. So when you're walking your cars, you did not feel like when you're walking to your car, you did not feel safe. You didn't like, and on top of you're having to be in the worst traffic in America, just about. So it just wasn't a fun time. So it's like Turner Stadium wasn't even like that big, or I mean, excuse me, that old. But Truist Park was built. And it's in a much more suburban like area for Atlanta, so you don't really have to deal with Atlanta traffic. It's in a safe neighborhood. They got I think it's called the Battery. It's like, or something like that. It's like a really nice. I haven't been. Like I said, I'm more of a college football guy than a baseball guy, but I felt like that was the move. Like it was part of the reasoning was the bad location for Turner Field. Because, like I said, it wasn't that old. I just felt like it was just poorly planned as far as location and like the practicality of people like getting through Atlanta and getting to a game and wanting to go to a game just because of that. And I will say recently the current mayor of Atlanta is actually doing some really good things, and the crime rate has dropped. That doesn't mean you shouldn't lock your doors, but you should still lock your doors. It's getting better. It's not like a St. Louis where like you're gonna die. It's more of like you might die kind of thing. So there's that. Well, there's some good things down in the ATL. And one of the last times I actually went and like hung out in the ATL. Well, okay, that was when my friend took me. My boss, she took me to a Killers concert in Atlanta, and on the way back we stopped at a strip club, and her husband paid for my first lap dance ever. So we went to the Claremont Lounge, and because they said it was where strippers go to die, it was a good spot, because they basically said any other strip club I go to for the rest of my life is going to be an upgrade from this one, so that's why we went to that one first. Or that's the only one we went to, but so that was the last time I was in Atlanta. And the time before that, I went to the College Football Hall of Fame with my cousin, which is like downtown, like center Atlanta, Olympic Park, but Centennial Park, just right there, next to the World of Coke and all that. Which that's something I haven't done since I was a kid. Go to the World of Coca-Cola. And try all the different Coca-Colas from all over the world. I would like to do that again. And then there's the Georgia Aquarium, which I'm a big animal lover. I'm not a big zoo person, but I mean, at some point I do need to go down and just check out the aquarium. Oh, I thought you meant something else by World of Coke. Oh yeah. See, we call it Martin Luther King Boulevard. I'm just kidding. Oh, the road I used to be in. Yep. But yeah, it's funny. Heard a truck driver say one time, whenever he was looking for drugs, he was in a city he was unfamiliar, he would just look up Martin Luther King Boulevard, and he knew he wasn't far. Which is hilarious. Which is like, it's accurate. I think that's why it's funny. But yeah, World of Coca-Cola. Yeah, it's because the headquarters is here and all that. And there's like I said, I haven't done it since I was a kid, but you can go in there, you can try every single like Coke from like around the world, like in all the countries, and sample it, and like it ain't gonna taste like you think it would. It's gonna taste nasty because that's the way things taste in their country. But just be a cool experience. And like I said, the Georgia Aquarium, one of the biggest aquariums out there. We haven't seen Murad yet tonight in the chat. Murad, he actually lives out there in Dubai. I'm trying to educate myself a little bit on Dubai. It's a freaking rich country. Like, you watch the videos on Dubai, like, you can just walk around in the streets and you see things that you never thought you would see, like a golden trash can. Like, is that really necessary? I need to quit Coca-Cola because I'd be way more fit. My teeth would be in much better condition if I didn't wake up and immediately pop open a canned Coke, but you can't tell me that a canned Coke and a bottled Coke and a Coca-Cola from McDonald's is the same Coke. It's 3 different drinks. I love my canned Cokes. Yeah, Dubai looks cool. So yeah, back to Dubai. There's things there that you just will see that you never think you would see. Like I said, the golden trash can, someone just casually walking their Jaguar, a gold-plated Land Rover, because, like, you know, if you ain't got a Lamborghini and you just got a Land Rover, I mean, you gotta at least get it gold-plated. Yeah, I replace beer with Coca-Cola. I guess I like it. I like it. I'm here for it. Because, you know, everything's going to try and get us, you know what I mean? And I do believe, you know, we're not going to ultimately be here for a long time. So we should be here for a good time. But the practicality behind alcohol is just, I think it's detrimental for what I'm actually wanting to do in life. I believe, yeah, it's just too many consequences for it. First loss after drinking, then gain. Now I'm fit again. Awesome. Congratulations on that. Proud of you, man. Proud of you. Persistence is key. Always persistence. I don't know if you've seen the movie The Founder, but that's the way the movie starts off, is Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's. He's just like in the face of the camera, just like persistence. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. And it's true. I mean, it's absolutely true. Sometimes people get their way and they get opportunities that they really shouldn't, but just because they were persistent. They don't have the talent, the intelligence, the intangibles, but they get it. They get the job done because they were persistent. So I love that mentality. That's what you gotta do to stay fit. I mean, it's a persistence. It's not like you just gonna work out one time and phew, got that out of the way, you know? Yeah, it ain't like that. It's a grind. Capital G. Yeah, so I would have thought we would have got the shiny Sudowoodo by now. Surprisingly, we don't. And we'll get it out. Yeah, I miss 20s. I'm not gonna eat anything and stay skinny. So I've pretty much been skinny my whole life. Like freshman year for high school, I was varsity 103 wrestler, and then 112 sophomore year of high school, and then junior year, like, you know, 119, 125. I'd bounce between those two weight classes. But since I haven't gained much weight since then. I mean, right now I might weigh like 130 pounds, maybe, if I keep my clothes on. So yeah, I just but then again, like with my job, I'm always like just running here. So I'm like constantly moving, constantly active. It's not that I could probably eat whatever, but I just need to eat more. I just don't eat hardly. I'll just run myself ragged. Not so good habit. But we're trying. We're trying, Ringo. We're trying real hard. That was a Pulp Fiction reference. So, what's funny about Quentin Tarantino is the first Quentin Tarantino movie I ever watched was just a couple of years ago, and it was the dumbest movie I ever watched in my life. One of them, anyway. I get what he's trying to do. I get what he was trying to do with Once Upon a Hollywood. It had some good scenes, yes. I just felt like that was a big build-up in the story just to have not that. It was very anticlimactic for me, if that's a good way to put it. So with that being said, like, that was my first impression of a Quentin Tarantino movie, and I was just like, yeah, I don't like this guy. Never seen, Once Upon a Hollywood. Well, you would have thought with Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and Margot Robbie in the movie, with Quentin Tarantino, like a legendary director, directing it. I kind of thought like maybe that's probably what the issue was. I put this movie up on like a pedestal like unnecessarily because I knew like of all the big name actors and directors like behind it. Like I said, Margot Robbie, Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio. There's just a few of them. Like I was like, no, this movie's about to be a friggin' good movie. I'm not saying it was a. Okay, yeah, I will say it was just a bad movie. Because I remember asking someone else about it, and they're like, "That was the dumbest movie ever." And I was like, "That's what I thought too." Like, it had some good scenes, but it's like when you got at the end of the movie, I ain't gonna ruin it. But it was just like the movie ends, and you're just like, "Was there a part two? Is there something I missed?" Like I said, it's very anticlimactic. Now, however, I watched Pulp Fiction. Like I think probably last year, maybe a year before that, for the first time, and I was like, whoa, okay, this is one of my favorite movies I've ever seen. And that was crazy. That was cray. And so just recently, what did I watch? I just finished watching last week Kill Bill 1 and 2. Some more Quentin Tarantino movies. And I can see, you can almost like, you didn't even have to tell me that it was the same director. You can almost tell between the foot fetish, like all the close up on the feet pictures, like I don't know why he needs toes that close to a camera, and of all the swords, but because that's something I've heard about before. Like Quentin Tarantino loves swords and likes putting swords in a movie, but I actually because I've watched Kill Bill now and the ending of like Pulp Fiction, it's like, I need me a sword. Swords are cool, man. They don't run out of ammo. You can get you one of those. A katana sword. That Japanese steel. Deadly. And I am a Gryffindor. I am pretty Scottish. And I was doing some research on different swords. Everyone knows like the katanas, like the Japanese sword, but there's the claymores, the Scottish swords. Those are big, massive, two-hand, dual-wield kind of swords. That'd be cool to have. It kind of look more like that Sword of Gryffindor. But I think I would still go with a katana. Like, Japanese curved blades. I need me one of those. Just mount it right above the bed. That ghost don't want none. Cut you up, Casper. Let's see here. Speaking of Casper, I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid. I can't even tell you anything that happens in that movie. Like Flubber, it's another one of those I haven't seen since a kid. There's some movies, that I loved as a kid that I had to go back and watch, like Small Soldiers. I've watched that recently. The Power Rangers movie with Ivan Ooze. Who was that? I think it was Game Boy Cardi that had brought up something about Ivan Ooze. And I was like, oh, that movie was goated. Because there's that one really hot chick when they go to the island, they help her. And it was like, Pink Power Ranger who? Who is this chick? And looking back on it, that was a pretty skimpy outfit for a kids movie, but I don't think anyone cared. Yeah, I love that movie. I'm trying to think of some of the ones I need to go back and watch again from my childhood. And I guess this feels worthy. I've done it. One thing, don't hate me. I hardly remember The Lion King. I haven't watched that since I was a kid. I know that's one of everybody's favorite movies. But I do want to say that I kind of grew up not watching a lot of Disney stuff at all. At all. I watched a lot of Nickelodeon, Pokemon,
Power Rangers, Dragon Ball Z, and by then it was it. By then I was in middle school playing football, like I said. Yeah. I can almost tell you what I was for every Halloween. And it's almost like pretty predictable too. Like, I think one year I was the, you know, the dude from Small Soldiers, from the Commando Elite, Major Chip Hazard. I was him for one Halloween. I was also a Power Ranger for one Halloween. Oh, you're on Dragon Ball Season 2? Oh, sweet. What are you watching that on, by the way? Because are you talking about the original Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z, or are you talking about the new Dragon Ball Super? Because I've seen Dragon Ball Z, like seasons 1 through 9, but I haven't watched Dragon Ball. I need to go back and watch some of that. Because I remember when Dragon Ball Z first came out, I was like, I'm missing something, but I don't think I am. This series just came out. Yeah, original DVD, sweet. Yeah, I had Dragon Ball Z on DVD, but I ended up just selling it to someone that I felt like would appreciate it more. Well, because he said his daughter was getting into it, and I was just like, dude, I got you, bro. I gotta keep my Pokemon DVDs over there, just in case, you know, if for whatever weird, crazy, miracle reason I do have a kid one day. We're set. We got probably about 1,000 hours of Pokemon. We're gonna have to get to it early. And it was probably about 4 or 5 years ago. I just started like slowly but surely. Like, I ordered Indigo League on DVD, and I might have got that one at Walmart, and that's what probably like got me to have to like order the other ones. But you know, then I go through and watch them. You know, and get home from work. That's back when I used to drink. You know, I might come home like a little bit too drunk, so like can't play video games. So we can just put on something to watch, and that'd be it. Yeah, I got these dads too. I did Gen 3, I think. Oh, those DVDs too, up to Gen 3. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually right there with you. I've got it all the way up to I've got Gen 3, and I don't quite have Gen 4. Yeah, I was like, the dads. I was like, but yeah, so I've got here, I might be able to show you. Actually, the way it's on there, I can't. But because I've got it like tightly squeezed in there. There's Pokeballs all stacked over on the side, so I've got everything up and the Gen 3, but unfortunately, I don't have the Battle Frontier, and then that's kind of like your in between like Gen 3 and Gen 4, that Battle Frontier season. So I don't have that one. So that would be the next one to get in line, because it looks like I have about like, you know, after Indigo League there's the Orange Islands, and then you get into like the Johto series, and I think that the Johto series has like a cool thank you. The Johto series has like 3 seasons like within itself, and the same with the Hoenn region. And I'll just look over there and see what it was called. It's like Advanced, and then like Advanced Challenge, something like that. So I've got those 3, because he ends up going through the Pokemon League and all that, and then Battle Frontier, you know, he's just off doing a really random side quest. So I haven't watched that either, but I did skip on the Pokemon app or something like that. I was watching Diamond and Pearl, and I actually liked it. Paul is the antagonist of the show. He's actually like a really good antagonist. he's very easy to hate. The way he treats his Pokemon. So it was like, well, like Gary, where it's like you kind of liked him, you know, kind of thing. But no, like anyone that watches the show hates Paul. Like he's probably the most hated villain. Yeah, I'm on the last Johto season Master Quest. Nice, nice. It's a good one. Pokemon Johto. It's a whole new world we live in. Brand new place with a whole new attitude. Or the same attitude. But still gotta catch 'em all. Be the best that you can be. Pokemon Johto. Yeah, it's one of the catchier songs, actually. Wouldn't mind putting that on the playlist. Like for the stream. The Hoenn, well, I'm trying to think of how that one, the movie theme songs slap harder than the TV versions. Really? I need to go back and watch some of it. So also, like, I have the first like 4 movies on DVD, and unfortunately, like, I've watched the first one like over and over and over again throughout the entirety of my life. But I barely remember Pokemon 2000, you know, the second movie, and I remember, you know, it's got the legendary birds, and I feel like, yeah, honestly, I need to go back and watch it because I can't even tell you the storyline on this Pokemon, the second movie. And the third one, I just remember Entei being like maybe the little girl's grandpa or something, where he saves the grandpa, or the first 4, and then the Celebi one. Yeah, I don't even think I ever watched the Celebi one. So yeah, I mean, I bought them and just pretty much put them over there. So yeah, I need to go do that. I think I bought them last summer. And the summer's always a busy time for me. I don't know what I was thinking. That's when I get most worked. As soon as like from Memorial Day to Labor Day, I get wrecked in this town. I get wrecked when the summer lets up. But I'm used to it. And last summer, yeah, that was probably the hardest I went, like, drinking wise, because April 25th of last year, not a few weeks ago, but last year's April 25th, my grandfather passed. So I hit the bottle pretty hard, and it wasn't until July 29th that I stopped drinking. But yeah, pretty much, so what you said, the entirety of that summer, went hard in the paint. And that's just so bad, like, for this Georgia heat, you know what I'm saying, and working in it and just going hard. So yeah, I should have an easier summer, you would think, this year. Sorry, bro. Oh, thank you. But yeah, no, that was Pawpaw. He's tough, dude. He raised me to be tough. So we're hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit. What up, brother? Stu, what's going on? How's the luck been? You know, actually, the luck's been pretty Irish, I would say. We've gotten our lucky charms on our side of the rainbow, I would say. I'll show you what I'm working with. So, oh, he's already out. On the last stream, we caught the shiny Dratini, and then I went and just kind of leveled up some Pokemon afterwards, like just not even live streaming. So we had the shiny Spinarak, evolved him. That's Aragog. We're doing a Harry Potter themed nickname, by the way, for our shinies. We got Dementor, the shiny Ghastly. There's the newest addition to the team. I didn't nickname him, but Jay came up with the name Draco, which is better than I could have thought of. So we're going to name this guy Draco, our shiny Dratini. I was thinking he was going to be pink, but this Gen 2 sprite thing has never ceased to amaze me. There was our shiny Chikorita. I got him up to a Bayleaf. I was going to name him Mandrake because of the shiny hunting process. I didn't nickname him. And there's Neville, our shiny Quagsire. We had a shiny Wooper. So yeah, so I appreciate you popping in here, Stu. Hope you're having you a good night. We sure are. We're just enjoying the ride, pretty much. Like I said on the last stream, it took us about 3 hours, and we did finally get the shiny Dratini. And on the stream before that, it was a really good one. We found the shiny Ghastly like within an hour. Like an hour after that, we found the shiny Wooper. Yeah, good stuff. Nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so we were doing Pokemon Ruby. You might remember that. We pretty much caught like 20 plus shinies on there. We caught all the legendaries I could, with the exception of Latios. Yeah, I've got a long form video that I need to just quit making excuses for not editing it, and I just need to finish editing it and upload it. But yeah, now we are on Pokemon Gizold. And, you know, pretty much, if you're wondering how I do this, GB Flash Dumper. And if I catch a shiny on the stream, I'll do this a lot of times. What I will do is, I'll get a screen capture. I'll just pretty much capture my entire computer screen. And I'll go into my files, and I'll show you I'm deleting my save files, because I've got 8 save files here. I'll delete the ones that don't have the shiny. I'll take the one that does have our new shiny, duplicate those, come back, alter them a little bit, and we'll be ready to shiny hunt again. So that's just pretty much how I do my process, and I'm very transparent about it and how I do things. And I want to make some more videos, kind of giving a little bit more of an educational value to my channel, as far as you know, I'm sure other people want to do this. I know before I used to do this, I used to watch this content just because I can't be the only one that doesn't have the patience to sit there and soft reset. I mean, hey, I love the hardcore OG way. I respect that a lot. But sometimes it's fun, you know, just to find a shiny, or even just pop in a stream and watch a shiny hunter and find a really cool sprite that you've never seen. That's why, I mean, I really enjoy doing this. It's a good mix of like nostalgia, and I don't remember what a shiny Sudowoodo looks like, so it's cool. Just 6500. Nice. You're gonna get it. I'm gonna say 7.6. I almost said 6.7, but I'm gonna say you're gonna get it at 7.6. You're gonna get that shiny Charmander. I know it. Up in leaf green. So I might pick up the speed here a little bit with it. Sometimes when I'm talking, I like slow up the speed a little bit, but this is something I think I can pick up the speed and still kind of talk a little bit. It's not that bad. And like I said, I think our odds for this would have took about 2 hours, and we're about 2.5 hours into the stream, believe it or not. So I'm a big believer that this thing is coming soon. And one of my sayings that I say almost every stream, and I've been wanting for this stream in particular to say it: you keep chopping wood, this tree's gonna fall. Literally. But yeah, it's coming soon. It's coming soon, Jay. You are absolutely right, buddy. I believe Stu's presence has brought the shininess. I believe. And if you are watching live or after the broadcast, feel free to check out some other ENCTR team members. I am part of a stream team where we are just content creators, mostly PokeTubers, supporting other channels. For one, I want to shout out to Kanto XP. He is shiny hunting on Gen 1, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you heard me correctly. Well, he's actually shiny hunting on Pokemon Blue, but yes, there's no shiny sprites in Gen 1. However, the shiny's in the stats. So you can go through and like check the stats, level up your Pokemon, check the stats again, and if after enough times, if it all lines up on the chart, you have a shiny in Gen 1, and you just transfer it to a Gen 2 game like this. And so that's what Kanto is doing. He's doing it live, and he's getting pretty close to odds, actually, believe it or not. So yeah, again, shiny hunting on Gen 1, I just believe that is such a cool, unique stream, and I'm glad to have him as part of the ENCTR team. Poke OBG, both these guys were both in the stream earlier today. Great PokeTubers yourselves. I love the content that PokeOBG is doing. I forgot what he's called. It's a different kind of Pokemon game. It's not one of the main lines, but he put out a short, and it was this Tangle Growth, and it was like, I didn't know, Tangela and Tangle Growth could be so intimidating looking, but really cool aesthetic looking game that he's playing currently. Arch Gameologist is a retro video gamer, and he did stream today, and he was playing Pokemon as well, so I'm glad I got to tune into that as well. Alexander the Bard is also another content creator on the ENCTR team. So really just want to shout out everybody on the team and really appreciate being a part of it myself. I'm very blessed to have that opportunity and very thankful to be on a team of content creators where our idea and our mindset is the same likeliness, same, we have the same interests, same niche, and we're consistent. So just have a good support system. We're sharing each other's content. I feel like the growth is exponential. How much could a woodchuck chuck? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Which is a good question. Well, I guess it depends on how much wood does this woodchuck need, because he's chucking wood for a reason. If he could chuck wood. So, my answer is an appropriate amount. Did y'all see that reel of that beaver that attacked that person up in New Jersey, I think it was? It was like a rabid beaver. I just literally just popped up out of the river and started attacking this dude. I think it happened pretty recently. Freaking rabid beaver. We got beavers all around here in the rivers, but never thought of one could get rabid. I mean, it makes sense, but I just never thought of couldn't think of a beaver being aggressive. It's like a beagle. I'm on sword trying to get shiny Garantina. Ooh, it's the dream, but it just won't shine. Been trying off and on for years. Hey, you're gonna get this. Persistence. This is what I was saying earlier. Persistence. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence, y'all. I'm telling y'all, nothing in this world. And yeah, I got that from Ray Kroc in the movie The Founder, but it's true. I bought a lot of stock into it, in a way he said, because I've also heard it in other places, that the kid that makes it in today's America is not going to be the smartest. He's not going to be the most privileged. He's not going to be the strongest. Whatever. It's going to be the most resilient. What kid is willing to withstand all the things that will be thrown his way and not take it as an excuse to not do something, to actually be persistent and self-disciplined? Like, that's the type of kid that will grow up and make it and be successful in today's America. Because something's going to happen. There's going to be trials. I mean, life just ain't that easy. But the NPC and the Max Liar are just stupid. That's funny. Reminds me of the NPCs that you find on Grand Theft Auto just walking down the street. They'll just casually say the most random thing in the world. That was always hilarious to me as a kid. I'd be playing like Grand Theft Auto Vice City or Grand Theft Auto 3 and jack someone out of the car, and they're like, "Oh, come on now, it's the third time this week." Come on, damn it. Let's see here. I'll tell you all a video game that was really fun as a kid and just as much fun playing as an adult was Bully. And if you have a PlayStation, you can download the kind of, what am I trying to say? It's the remastered version of Bully, because they're never going to come out with Bully 2. I've been waiting on Bully 2 just for as long as National Treasure 3 to come out. But it makes sense. I mean, it kind of promotes school violence. I get it, but hey, this is why that game is great. You play as the bully? Yes. So, Rockstar, the people that made Grand Theft Auto, they made this game called Bully, right? And the concept is pretty much you live at this boarding school. You have the boys' house, you're across from the girls' house, and you got the school here. And then behind the school is the, they got the library, and that's where all the nerds hang out. And they're the easiest to like beat up. You can find them in the library. So pretty much you start off the game pretty much like helping the nerds actually like get revenge on like the greasers, for example. And the greasers, they live or they hang out on the other side behind the school, and like the garage kind of area, like where all the cars are and stuff. And then you get into the back side of the school, on another side of it, you have the Harrington house. That's where all the preps are. And then lastly, you got the jocks. They hang out way back in the football field, at the athletic center. And they're hard to beat up. It's like you don't go back there until like you get toward the end of the game and you got to use some good slingshots or something. You know what I'm saying? But no, the game was fun. I'm sure you can tell just by some of the things I'm talking about. Like it's a fun game to experience. On top of it, you're having to like go to classes like periodically and like play out little mini games for English and play out little mini games for science, where like something's coming across the screen, you gotta like hit the right button at the same time, and you'll pass science class that way. So yeah, really really fun game, Bully. You would really enjoy it if you never played it. Because as a kid, I never like left the school. I never got past like getting past the jocks and doing all that. But no, then you get outside the school, like there's no reason for that game to go that hard. Because then you can go out in the city, get a little go-kart, just ride around in the town, cause trouble out there at the fair. So overall, one of my favorite games of all time. I do have a video on my channel of top 50 video games of all time. And I started the ranking number 50 with Bully, but for me it would be probably top 10. I just kind of did that as like a video hook, like, oh, Bully, like if you know, you know, kind of thing. Man, it was a good one. It was made by Rockstar, same people that made Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead. Really good game, and we've all been screaming for Bully 2, but it just ain't gonna happen. Well, at least they remastered it though. Better than nothing. Keep running away from a counter like that's gonna help me. So yeah, I might actually take a 3-minute break here, and I'll be back in a jiffy.
Alright. Shady's back. So yeah, we need to get this guy. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Yo, yo, yo. So, let me show you something, Jay. You might find this funny, actually. A friend got this for me a while back. Do you know what this is? Just looking at it. Do you know what that is? I don't use it, obviously. I have it sitting up over there, but it's actually got a purpose. Let's see. Pokey Walker for Pokey Heart. So. Close. It's actually to grind herbals and spices. But yeah, a friend got that for me from Gatlinburg. I was like, that is cool. Never seen anything like that. Took time for me too. Took time for me too. Right, right. You already know. I'm jealous. You up there in BC. The BC buds. It's a world renowned right there. Puts Amsterdam to shame. But, you know, it'd be like that. I tell people all the time, I'm like, yeah, I'm sober. And they're like, yeah, I'm Cali sober. Alright? I haven't lost my mind. Alright? Much better than blackouts and hangovers. I know, right? Right? Like, dude. What? I'm just not gonna feel good the next day. But, yeah, since 14, I've pretty much known. I've known the truth. But, you know, it wasn't even really like, 5 years ago, like, I even started, like, drinking, like, at all. Like, before that, I mean, I'd probably go, like, a whole year. Like, you know, I might drink on my birthday or, like, maybe not even then, like, some kind of special occasion. I might, like, find a good excuse to drink or go to, if I'm at a party, I might drink and obviously get too drunk. Have to throw up in the bathroom kind of stuff. But, and then I went until around, like, 26, maybe 27. I started drinking. That was just cause, you know, even though I'd been in the industry, where I was located at, it was just, you know, the people I was working with, you know, they all like to drink as well. And it became like, so we could drink on the job, pretty much. It was when I first started there. You could drink on the job, you know, just a whole drawn, you know, don't get too overdone with it. And, you know, for me, it was just like, that would, ooh. So around here, you just can't trust anyone with that stuff because, like, you're not going to get it, like, legitly. So you don't really know what you're getting. So I've never actually had that issue. So I guess that's a good thing. I live in bum-freaked Egypt. But, yeah, BC up there. Some of the best. The best of the best of the best. For buds, anyway. But yeah, the culture for that around here is just different. It's a very red state. It's a very what's a good way to put it? Is weed legal in Georgia? No. And a matter of fact, if you get caught with anything under a gram, not an ounce, but if you get caught with anything under a gram, you get shot and killed, and if you survive, you get the death penalty. It's crazy. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, so seriously, it is illegal, and the medical is like the most lowest percentage like you can ever get. Like, so basically the medical, and we're
Yeah. Yeah. So like, medical is not even legal here in Georgia. Like, forget recreationally. Like, medical ain't. Like, CBD is, but no, Georgia will be like one of the last states to pass it. It's a very like, where I live at is the buckle of the Bible Belt. In every square mile, you're gonna find a church and a Dollar General. And if you start seeing gun store, liquor store, you just know you went too far south. You're getting close to Atlanta now. Gun store, liquor store, gun store, liquor store. Yep, we're in the hood. But when you start seeing church, Dollar General, now you out in the country. That's Georgia. That time my friend was taking me down there to Winder. And Winder's like in between Atlanta and Athens, and Athens is home of the University of Georgia. It's a college town. I mean, the great thing about University of Georgia is you can walk right out of class and walk right into a bar. So that's just how the town's designed. But it's not a dangerous town. It's becoming a little bit more dangerous, like with the gang activity. But I still feel safe walking around Athens at night. Atlanta, I probably would not so much. But so before I circle back, my friend took me to Winder one time back when I was in high school, and like no joke, it was. Like, I looked out the window, I was like, gun store, liquor store, gun store, liquor store. I was like, dude, we are in the hood, bro. I didn't know Winder was like that. Well, I mean, people down there are super cool, but you know, like I said earlier, there's places in Atlanta where like you're really, really safe. Like Buckhead, like you're probably really safe up in Buckhead. But then there's places like East Point. Like, it's just like I said, I bought my other Mustang from a police officer in Buckhead, and I was kind of asking about it, and like I'll never forget his response. He said, a lot of ghetto places, a lot of ghetto people. I was like, huh, interesting. Nice perspective, buddy. I could have told you that. But I mean, it's probably about the size of it. I mean, like I said, like, it's probably anywhere you go, there's good places and bad places. There's a place in Gainesville, like the city I was kind of like born and raised in, Gainesville, Georgia, not Florida. You know, you get over there by the lake. I mean, there's neighborhoods like Point South, Point West. Your cheapest house in there is like $2 million. It's your cheapest house. Like the outside of the houses will have their own like Scarface style stairs, like going up to the front door. Like, such unnecessary architecture going on here. But freaking filthy rich. But then you go over here to Cooley Drive, and it's like, it's mentioned in a lot of rap songs. For good reason. Yeah, I've heard the stories. I mean, I've had literally people tell me, do not go to Cooley Drive. Okay. So, you know, that's just in the town that I'm from. So, yeah. I'm sure it's like that in countries too. Like, there's a tuber that I like called Drew Binsky. I'm sure a lot of y'all know. I've seen some of his videos. Maybe just didn't know it was Drew Binsky. Because I mean, he's so big. I mean, I saw he was like collabing with Mr. Beast on a video.
But yeah, he's pretty much traveled to every country in the whole world, which I just think is mind-blowing. I'm slightly jealous, but I'm not jealous of the fact that he's literally been to every country in the world, which, because there's a lot of countries I just wouldn't want to go due to the crime, and that let's face it, I'm a white male American. I cannot be any more of a target if I wanted to. You know what I mean? In some of these countries, like Yemen, like what? Somalia, like even in the videos, like he goes like to Somalia, like he's had to hire guard, like, you know, like think about that, like just to be a white male American, to be in some of these countries, like you need to get you a bodyguard to be safe and to film a video. It's wild. But yeah, he's got some good stories. I mean, he's got some stories like of, you know, pretty much where he thought he wasn't going to make it back. I mean, but hey, I mean, he's a big time tuber now. Like I was saying earlier, this Red app YT, it ain't going nowhere. And people's need for attention, that ain't going nowhere. Just like food. I mean, people are going to need attention. Needs, you know. And when you pile on the fact that AI is going to take a lot of jobs in the near coming couple of years, which I hope it doesn't, but I mean, I'm just kind of trying to have a realistic mindset with it. I think it's smart to have a YouTube channel and to be a content creator and all that stuff. Because like I said, no one's really cable TV anymore. Like some people do. Well, a lot of people are letting go of that, and they're only having Netflix, or they only use YouTube, or Hulu. Like, you know, that's their means of TV nowadays, including myself. I only have I'll buy YouTube TV, and that's my TV, like to have channels and stuff like that. I only use that 3 or 4 months out of the year, and that's called football season. That's and it's weird the way they do it nowadays. It's like I saw a meme. It was like, try to explain to Red Foreman that to watch his Green Bay Packers, he would need a subscription if he wanted to watch every game on the series. Like, he would need a subscription to Paramount Plus, ABC, CBS, like Netflix, because there's NFL games on Netflix now. Like, there's just so many different streaming options and services. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So yeah, we're I feel like it's part of the revolution that we're experiencing as far as television and audience. Like, you know, attention used to belong to Hollywood. It now belongs to whoever wants it and can control it. And it, you know, I believe that's going to be a lot more deserving than these people running Hollywood. I'd much rather the attention go to content creators out here making real content. I believe that's going to be something in the next coming years, to kind of circle back to the AI topic. Everybody thinks these AI videos are going to take over and all that. To a certain degree, I believe it's going to be like a parabola. Then at a certain point, there's going to be a governor put on this AI use. There's going to be and people are just naturally, genuinely going to want real content like this. Like, there's no AI going on here. This is just a real person playing a video game like a madman, because he's playing 8 of them at one time. I mean, there's no AI going on here. But we are in the middle of a revolution, I do believe, like an industrial revolution, like with steel. But the only thing is, it's AI. When you and Ryan go big time, I'll be so proud of my boys. I know, right? Yes. Yeah, Ryan's super cool. Thank you again for recommending such a great streamer, great channel as well.
If he's still streaming, I would like to pop in over there if I get done. I kind of noticed we kind of go on at the same time. I think we kind of stopped streaming at the same time around. Great minds think alike though, so I'm not surprised. But yeah, if I get off in time, find this guy, then I'll catch it, hopefully, and in stream I'll pop over there and say hey to Rybo. But yeah, I would have thought we would have got this little sucker. I think, what are we now, past 3 hours? Yeah, we'll get him though. Cannot hide forever. I think if I pick up the speed a little bit, we'll go ahead and, what's a good word to use? Exacerbate the process. Sometimes I like to use big words, and I'm only slightly sure I'm using it right. I was watching Friends, and Joey didn't know what the word abysmal meant, so he told her, he's like, "Your cooking is abysmal." So, I know a lot of people that watch Friends like don't think it's funny. What I have found out, like from watching Friends from season 1 to like up on season 10, there's a lot of inside jokes. Like there's a lot of things that are funny, but it's only because they're alluding to something that happened earlier in the episode or earlier in the series. So it's like for people that just tune into Friends and don't find it funny, like they're probably right. It's probably not funny if you don't know the context. I forever think it's funny. Yeah, I mean, I love it. I kind of grew up as a kid watching it a lot. And, obviously I thought Joey was the funny one. No. Now that I'm older, I have more of an understanding of like some of the sly things that were said by Chandler. Chandler is by far the funniest person. By far. And also, it's funny how things change because, like, as a kid, like, I always thought like Jennifer Aniston was the hot one. No. Courtney Cox is the hot one. Yeah, Chandler and Phoebe. Yeah, Phoebe's hilarious. Anything she says is gold. Which I don't know if you heard about the some of the things that Lisa Kudrow had said recently, like within the past month, about what she was saying about Friends, about how she'd kind of get like cussed out and like treated like bad, like by the not by the other cast members, but like by like the staff, the producers, stuff like that. But I mean, it's also hard to feel bad, like when you made close to $1 million or whatever, something per episode, or 100,000, and because it's part of the industry. It's like working in a restaurant. Like if you can't handle the heat, you're gonna have to get out the kitchen because you're gonna hear some things like you don't want to hear. But that's the kitchen. Let's see. But yeah, about the new Harry Potter series, I'm actually pretty excited about it. I'm gonna overlook the fact that Snape is black, because I'm reading the books. It says pale sallow skin, but whatever. I don't mind it. I just think it's funny that Harry's gonna be like, there's something about this guy. I don't know what it is, but there's something about him. But I think it's gonna be really good because it's supposed to be like a true adaptation of the book. And I was watching the trailer, and it kind of showed Petunia, whatever you want to call her, Dudley's mom, Miss Dursley, whatever you want to call her. She was cutting Harry's hair, which was alluded to like in the books of how Harry Potter's hair would grow so fast that she would cut it, and by the next day it had already grown back. Like, so it was like he was kind of showing things in magic. Oh, nice crack. trying to think. What do you mean by nice? Oh, like joke. Sorry, I still so many jokes, and I have no idea. I forget. But yeah, I was bone cracking videos. I watch bone cracking videos. Huh. Like neck cracks. Oh, I got you. Like, oh yeah. So yeah, there's sometimes I pop my neck. I'm sure y'all can hear the crack like through the microphone. Like, you've got to. It's so loud. Just funny. When I was in 11th grade, I had a chemistry class, and I sat next to this really hot girl, and I think she ended up liking me actually, which I don't know why, but she did. She had no business liking me. She was way too pretty. But anyway, I would like be over there and like pop my neck, like pop my fingers just like that. That was my fingers. And you know, she like wouldn't do anything until one day she told me, she's like, that makes me cringe. Like, she was like, I can't do it. She's like, I can't do it. She's like, yeah, she's like, I can't do like the whole cracking thing. Like, it freaked her out. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I won't do that. But the reason why I think she liked me is because like if I ever like talked to her, like she surprised, like a big smile, and because she was so pretty, it was hard for me to focus. So I actually went to my teacher and was like, hey, I might need some after school like tutoring, like to kind of make sure I get this. I'd be damned if I go to after school tutoring if she ain't there too. It's just me and her. She's probably got the same issue going on. I can't focus with this dude over here popping his neck. But yeah, I remember just like, well, this is counterproductive. You're still here. How am I supposed to know chemistry? Looking back on it, it's like, that was the biggest waste of time. Chemistry? Are you kidding me? Teach me mortgages, taxes, loans. I don't know. Something to do with life. Not chemical compounding formulas quadratically yielding this. Dude, what? If I want to be a scientist, I'll go to college and I'll take science classes. Investments, yes, investments. RPOs and, you know, I mean, like, practical things, you know, stocks. But it's by design, Jay. It's by design. I don't know how it is up there in Canada, but here in the United States, I think we have a system here where we're trying to keep the rich rich and keep the poor poor. And the best way you can do that is make sure that the children don't become financially literate. It sounds crazy. Might be crazy enough to be true, because our system is, you know, what if everyone did become really financially literate? No one played the lottery because they understood their odds. Everyone didn't owe money to the banks or owe money to, you know, creditors and stuff like that. What if, you know, everyone did buckle down and buy a house? Yeah, we would do really good, but we're also corporate America, and if it's a corporate or a big business, big pharma that is affected, yeah, I mean, that's part of why the rich get rich here, and they want to make sure that the rich stay rich. And unfortunately, I'm an unbeliever now. I think they want the poor to stay poor. I don't know. So yeah, I get the stimulus checks, but that's $1,200 did not account for everything going up half price and inflation. Literally, like, that was rent money for 1 month, brother. What about the other next years when the inflation's sky high? Like, don't forget about that $1,200. Like, that's my perspective on it. You knew something was up when the government's giving you $1,200. This don't even sound right. It's like, we weren't gonna argue. We were like, give me my money. I know, right? Yeah. We were, it's like, just give me the money. But another thing that kind of illustrate what I was saying is, if you had a business that was like a multi-million-dollar business, your stimulus check wasn't $1,200. It was more like $600,000. If you made if you're like a certain millionaire like with a business, no, you got a massive stimulus check. So that's kind of like exemplifies, why, or my theory of they're just trying to keep poor people poor and keep rich people rich. Yeah, it's really whack. So yeah, I've been doing my research of, just how we're truly designed as a country and comparing ourselves to Denmark, for example, which if you're middle class, if you're a middle class worker, if you have no ambitions of being an entrepreneur and having a business, America may not be that place. I mean, it's for the American dream of starting a business and having no ceiling for your capital income. But Europe, there's countries over there that really take care of middle class workers as far as healthcare, educations, freedoms, paid vacations, more maternity leave. You're overall taken care of. That's why, like, the Scandinavian countries, they're happy. Like, they are happy because they've got reasons to be. Denmark, I've done a little research on that, and it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense for how, it's hard to become Danish if you don't have an actual citizen over there, but it's just, I think it's good to step back and compare how life could be. Let's see here. Yeah, so we're getting this shiny Sudowoodo soon. He's been very good at hide and go seek. So I think I just need to pick up the speed a little bit more. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi. So that was 7 Mississippi. 7's pretty fast. It's a good medium speed, but yeah, we're over odds. I can tell you that. Especially had I maintained this speed the whole stream. I've been going just only slightly slower though. It's not like I've been slow rolling it. Oh. Nice. Let's see here. So, yeah, like I said, if we can get this shiny, I will catch it in stream and go hop over to Ribo 100 stream. And I do want to give a big shout out to ENCTR team. My team, y'all, is going strong. Like, while I was live, they've been posting things on threads, sharing the information. That's what's so great about being part of a team, is we've got a schedule. Like, Kanto's got the schedule made on it. Like, we're trying to work around each other's schedule on top of supporting each other already, but I just think it's smart to, maybe have that audience of, we get done streaming, push my audience to here, they push their audience here, and so yeah, it's something that I'll talk to Kanto and the other team members about, possibly adding some more streamers like Ribo, some like-minded individuals. The key is to be consistent and take your content serious and stuff like that, and I believe Ribo would be a perfect fit as well. And I'm on me and Kanto are on the smaller side of things. Kanto, he used to be a big time streamer and is just now kind of starting back over. While the other guys, they pretty much have 2,000 subscribers, so they're getting there kind of I think around the area size that Ribo is. So you should make more videos like the one where you go to Vegas. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed those videos. And me and Jay were talking earlier about New York City, about, you know, how much research I've done up there, and about wanting for me and my mom to go up there and take a trip and experience that. And I would definitely do one. Is New York a Pokemon City? You know, obviously I'm gonna run into so many things between like the comic book shops, the card shops, the video game shops. I would definitely do a New York City. So that's my next idea. Kuyo. Videos about how you go out having fun and telling about your hunts. Yeah. So yeah, I'm still a very new YouTuber. I'm still kind of getting my feet wet with YouTube and all that. But yeah, I do. So that Vegas video, coincidentally enough, I mean, it was when I went out there, I had no intention of making a video. It was just one of those things, like while I was out there, I just started like seeing all this Pokemon stuff. You know, to pull up my phone, I'd video it, and next thing you know, like I was like, I've got enough footage here to like kind of make a video. And then so before I left, I made sure like if I saw something Pokemon, I videoed it. And we went into Miracle Mile shops, and you know, like you can see it on the video. I went into a arcade, and I just kind of asked the dude, because he had all these Pokemon stuff, like, you know, Pokemon claw machines, all these all these things. And I was like, hey man, I have a YouTube channel. I was wondering, like, do you mind if I film a little bit? Just to let y'all know, that is a friggin' pass for unnecessary generosity. Because when people find out you have a YouTube channel and you're in there filming, they don't know if you're big or small. I only tell them I probably only had like 50 subscribers at the time, or 150, whatever. But they don't know. They don't ask that. They're like, oh, you're filming for a YouTube channel? Oh, please, here, do all this. And the dude was actually so nice that he was like, if there's any unwanted prizes you want, I'll exchange them for Pokemon cards, because he had Pokemon cards for like prizes. Like, yeah, the dude like went over and beyond to like make sure like me and my family had a good experience in the arcade. And I was like, that's like friggin' awesome. I wasn't trying to pull that YouTuber card. I was just like, just kindly like asking permission to film inside your arcade. So that was cool. So I got some content from that. One of the coolest things that I've seen out there was the vending machine. It's $100, but you get a guaranteed graded 10 Pokemon card. Could be CGC, could be PSA, but you're getting a guaranteed graded 10 Pokemon card for $100, and it's a vending machine. I accidentally bought 2 of them. I don't know how that happened, but I did. And one of them was a graded 10 Hollow Bronzor. And I kind of looked it up. It said it was worth about $40 to $70 to the right seller, you know. I was like, But then I got a pristine 10 Mega Latias, which is said is about $200 to $500 worth to the right seller. So I got a big one there. And I also mentioned on that video that and this is true, like, you know, I didn't make this up. It was like the same freaking day I was there, because the next day there was a post going on social media about a kid that got the Holy Grail, like a Holy Grail, out of that vending machine. It was a PSA 10 first edition Moltres, like from the fossil set. Like that, it's probably like a $20,000 card at least that he got for $100 at the same vending machine. Because it said, kid yesterday gets the Holy Grail out of the vending machine at the Miracle Mile shops, and that's where I was at. I was like, oh my god, you're kidding me. Because there's that Planet Hollywood, and that's where the Miracle Mile shops are. I was like, yeah, happy for the kid, but that could have been me. It's like, and the kid that won it is like 10 years old. Like, dude, you weren't even alive when this card came out, bro. What you doing with $100 at 10 years old anyway? Spending it on a vending machine. Come on. I got excuses for that. I ain't got a life. You're 10 years old, kid. You got your whole life ahead of you. Only spending $100 in a vending machine for Pokemon cards. But what do I know about giving advice? He's got a holy grail now. You got your whole life ahead of you. It's a bad habit. Yeah, there's a Publix in Gainesville. It's got like one of those, not what I'm talking about in Vegas, but it's got one of those Pokemon card vending machines. I'm sure y'all have seen. They look cool, but I mean, I've just never got anything out of that. I haven't been a big Pokemon card collector since I was a kid. Alright, we're going to get this guy. People fighting at those. Yes, I love that. That's where I was going with that. Like, yeah, you got the scalpers there and then people get into it. Oh, yeah, I don't know if you heard that one, but oh, good crack. And like echoed in my ear. It was so loud. Sometimes I'm positive this is not healthy. I'll pop my neck and I can almost taste it. Assuming the fight dudes. I know, right? One of my favorite movies is Fight Club. And what's funny is like it don't even have anything to do with fighting. Like truly, like it does, but like love good cracks, always want to hear it. Awesome. Yeah, I think it's my scoliosis. My spine literally does an S. So, yeah, I gotta pop my back, pop my neck all the time. Like I said, I'm sure it's not healthy, especially when I like do like a really a hard like snag, and like you can taste it afterwards. Yeah, that cannot be good. Let's see. I'm really surprised we ain't got this Sudowoodo. Because I thought like with this being a pretty quick static encounter, it'd be like one of our quicker hunts for static encounters as far as like starters, legendaries, stuff like that. But no. So I'm gonna pick up the speed a little bit with it. Crack my neck and back too much. Yeah, I think I crack my hands too much. I think that's the one like I need to kind of lay back on a little bit, because arthritis is pretty bad in my family, and I just know that I'm just next up. It's not if I'm going to get it, it's when I'm going to get it. Especially playing football and wrestling for so many years, my body's like going to deteriorate fast. I was always the smallest dude on the football team. I'll do those two toes. Oh yeah, toes. So I'm afraid to like pop my toes, because I think one time I popped my toes, like pointed them downward and like cracked them, and I think that's when like I got that ball that rolled up at the bottom of my foot. You know, like when you get that cramp in the bottom of your foot, and you're pretty much saying, "That's it. I'm dying. I'm dead. I'm about to die. This is it." Yeah, I think I was cracking my toes one day, and that happened. I was like, never again. Never will I do this again. Yeah, I'm amazed. But, you know, what are we at? Like 3.5 hours in? It took us about this time to find the Dratini on the last stream. Pretty close to this, I'm pretty sure. But, I mean, I was expecting it. And I was halfway expecting not even to find the shiny, because it was taking so long. It was taking closer to like 11 or 12 seconds for it to pop up like this, because of the way that hunt set up. But no, we're gonna find this guy soon. I do believe I have picked up a little speed, so we'll see. It's gonna be a beautiful sprite when he does pop up, though. I'm expecting like a greenish. I'm really looking at the balls in the hands, and I'm looking at all of it, but when the green turns red, like the balls for his hands, that's going to be the biggest indication, I do believe. But again, these Gen 2 sprites, they're just different than the regular shiny colors and all that. So it'd be interesting to see. But again, while I'm thinking about it, I do want to give a big shout out to the whole ENCTR team. I'm so glad to be a part of it. The Kanto XP shiny hunting on Gen 1, which is a very rare niche, very tedious process. Got Poke OPG. He's playing some amazing Pokemon games that I need to get my hand on. He told me in chat what it was, but I've already forgotten. And then, you got Alexander the Bard. You got the Archgameologist, retro video gamer, who did a Pokemon stream today. So, really, just again, very thankful, proud to be part of the team. Got some big things coming. And I think we probably will grow the team eventually. I think Kanto has a good mindset on it being selective, and I've kind of mentioned some other PokeTubers to him. He said, yeah, we'll check them out, we'll kind of get over there, and because obviously we want to get a feel for them and all that. Like I mentioned, Ribo 100 is definitely one of those that deserves a little recognition and potentially an invitation to the team. Let's see. Like I said, you keep chopping wood, this tree's gonna fall. Literally. Huh. Let's see. I'm gonna reposition my seat. There we go. Alright. Oh, let me get refocused on the camera. There we go. Huh. I used to never wear jerseys this much too, but I wear jerseys all the freaking time now. I feel like my style changes like every 5 years. I used to wear like a lot of polos, a lot of khakis, dress like super nice. I just walk around like throwback jerseys and camo shorts, just whatever. Chuck Taylors. I still wear Sperry's a lot. Sperry is just a good shoe for me. It's like the most like all-purpose like dual terrain shoe ever. It's a boat shoe, but it's really good for like to wear at work, like in a restaurant. It's somewhat slip resistant, believe it or not. And when I was out in Vegas, when I went out to a Valley of Fire, climbed up this huge, like, I don't know if you want to call it a mountain or just a massive rock, but climbed to the top of it in Sperry's. I felt very safe doing that. And on top of like them like having a good purpose, like it's a good shoe. Looks good. Looks nice. Let's see. Unbelievable. So yeah, we're gonna find ourselves a shiny Sudowoodo. He is coming soon. He's got to. Oh yeah, but the ENCTR team, yeah, we're looking to grow. But we want to make sure we get the right people in there for good reasons. But there's a few we could add. I wouldn't mind adding a Shiny Boy Advance. I believe he's very deserving as well. I'm a big fan of his streams too. He was one of the streamers, PokeTubers that kind of inspired me to start a channel. I think it was Shiny Boy Advance. I think he was the first streamer to kind of do this, what I'm doing here. Kind of give me the idea of just like, I didn't this was possible. And yeah, so I love watching his content. And I wasn't in his stream long too, just coincidentally, and he found the shiny like pretty quick. So I was hooked then. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll be back on another stream. It seems like I watched like 10 streams before he found another shiny, like while I was in there. But yeah, he'd be a really good one. Now that he's streaming again, I'm definitely trying to make a point to pop into his streams and all that. And TKD Panda, I'm regular over there. I'm always trying to make a TKD Panda stream. As of lately, I've been slacking, but there's only so much love I can give around. It's like great minds think alike, so it's like all of us streamers, like we stream at the same time. Like we get on pretty much about the same time on the same days. It's like, you know, because you gotta work on the weekends, you know, that's where you gotta make the real money. At least in my industry. Let's see. I believe there's a shiny Sudowoodo coming soon to a PokeTuber near you. You know, I did just get an idea. I could just move us all like a little bit closer. You know what I'm saying? Like right here. And then just save it. I wonder if that would just make things quicker. Let's make sure we're getting some boys, some girls. That'd be the quickest way to tell, yeah. So I think I'll just do it like that. Let's see, let's make sure. Yeah, I think that works, y'all. So, yeah, I think we're gonna run it like that for a little bit. Gotta be soon. Yeah, especially, so I don't know if you know, I noticed what I just did, Jay. I just pretty much saved everything right there, like in front of the tree, so there's no more like walking over to get in front of them. Now we just like speed roll it, because I was afraid that it would get like same frame states, but I don't think that's a possibility on this Gen 2, especially with the save files saved at different times. Yeah, because like I'm getting boys and girls all over the place here. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a quicker. So do you work tomorrow, or do you gotta stay up? Late, I do. Or late tomorrow. But I probably won't stream again till Monday night. Wait, hold on. What's tonight? Friday? Yeah. Yeah, I probably won't stream again until Monday. I thought about maybe doing an extra one on Sunday night if I get off in time. But maybe. But yeah, this is much quicker. Like I don't even have to hit the up button or nothing. I can just speed run this thing. Boom, yeah. Alright, we should find it real quick now. I'm about to time it here in just a second. We'll see how fast I can get it. Alright. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. 3 Mississippi. 4 Mississippi. 5 Mississippi. 5 Mississippi, that is an hour and 20 minutes for an average hunt. So on top of already going for 3.5 hours, we just made our odds even better. So even if we just started right now, we should statistically find it in the next hour and 20 minutes. But I'm thinking we're over odds, and we're due. We are due. It's much faster though. It'd be a lot easier to miss this shiny this way, I can tell you that. I'm like really relying on some of my peripherals sometimes, so I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen as much time as we spent on this one. Here we go. Alright. Yeah, I should have probably done this the whole stream. But like I said, I just wasn't really sure about the same frame rates kind of thing. Just want to make sure, yeah, everything looks, because we're getting some boys, some girls there, so if it was like all boy, all girl, that's how we know we're all in the same frame. But especially with it taking a moment, I think everything's completely offset. I thought that before on Gen 3, and like when the shiny did pop up, it popped up on 2 screens, and that wasn't amazing luck. That was just me being an idiot. But this is Gen 2. I think this is different because it goes off IDs versus like I forget what it is that in Gen 3 it really is based on your shiny sprite. Yeah, I mean it's your stats, but it's like a different thing, different wording, if you will. It's similar but different. Besides, this is how we pretty much did the Dratini hunt. I was just right there at the counter. I just kept clicking X every time, and it worked. Eventually, it finally worked. So, yeah, I should have probably done it like this. It's alright. Yeah. Oh, he's coming soon. I know it now. The supersonic speed. We are no longer chopping at the tree. We are taking chainsaws to the tree. Another wish could sell more screens for my hut. It does help. It does help a lot. And the speed as well. Cranking up the speed. Super fast. We're gonna get it soon though. I believe. A lot of work for this tree. It'd be worth it though. Kind of reminds me of the Kecleon hunt. I was so hyped to do the shiny Kecleon hunt in Gen 3, and we finally got the shiny Kecleon, and I just didn't even use him. He just stayed at level 30 forever. So hopefully we use this guy at least a little bit. There he is. B-E-A-Beautiful. And just when I thought, I was like, I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna give up on him. No. I gotta catch him. I always do this. I always get like so freaking hyped. And then I gotta catch him. Alright. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back, Jay. Give me 3. Be right back. Please hype it up. Alright.
Let's go. Yes, yes, we got it. Yes. Now it's Ash Ketchum time. Let's see here. I'm gonna minimize the OBS. And it is on Shiny File 7. So I gotta remember that. Ooh. What a beautiful sight to see a 1 in 8,192 chance. Like, I love these moments, like even when I'm not streaming, I'm just the viewer. This is amazing. Alright. Here goes nothing. So I've already done a little bit of a test run. I hope it works out. You know what? First things first. Well, he's not gonna run away from us, so I ain't gotta worry about that. I'm just gonna hit him with Nightshade. I'm gonna hit him with it twice, actually. I hope we don't hit it with a critical hit. Okay, that was risky. Because I hit him with a critical hit or something, we'll go right back to hunting. Okay. But like I said earlier, I do have a few Pokeballs. I mean, a few Great Balls, so it's not like I win this with 6 Pokeballs like I did on the other hunts. Or Nightshade. He mimicked, so he learned Nightshade. Okay. All right, so pack. Great Ball. So I got 10 Pokeballs. 8 Great Balls. Should be good enough. You kidding me? Get out of here. Too good for your home? You going in that Great Ball, cuz? I ain't asking. Here we go. That's a good Sudowoodo. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest addition to the team is a Sudowoodo imitation Pokemon. Although it pretends to be a tree, it's a friggin' rock. Its composition appears to be closer to a rock than a plant. Yeah, I know, it threw off literally every single kid playing this game growing up. So, let's see what we got. You recommended a Whomping. Thank you. Nice job. Good, thank you. You recommended Whomping. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, we got enough room for Whomping. Or Willow. So, we don't have enough for Bowtruckle, do we? Because it looks kind of like a Bowtruckle. But I don't think we have enough room for that. We could. So yeah, I'm going to leave it up to chat. What do y'all think? Whomping, Willow, Bowtruckle, Filch, whatever, Filch. You know, Argus Filch, the caretaker. So what do y'all think, y'all? Whomping, Willow, Filch. What, Bowtruckle? Yeah, Bowtruckle. I'm pretty sure that's what they are. It's the little stick-like figures from they live in the woods. It literally looks like a Sudowoodo. But like it looks like a mini Sudowoodo, a little Bowtruckle. I kind of like the Whomping Willow idea. So, or Whomping. Yeah, Whomping. Yeah, perfect. CH. Whomp. Whomp, whomp. Whomping. That is awesome. Make sure I spell that right. Whomping. Yep, cool.
Alright, and now the most important part of the night is to save the shiny. Got 34 hours, not too shabby. Let's go take another little gander at our boy here. So we have Aragog, shiny Gyarados, Dementor, shiny Ghastly. Doing 5 more levels will be shiny Haunter. Dratini, our future Draco. He's level 22. I thought he evolved at level 22, but it could be 28, 35. I forget. It's probably going to be a minute. Bayleaf actually evolves into Meganium at 32. So there's our little Mandrake. There's Neville. That was our shiny Wooper, now shiny Quagsire when he hit level 20. And last but not least, oh, he's beautiful. Now see, that's personality right there. That is personality. We love this. So yeah, if y'all are been viewing, oh, what has he got? Rock throw, low kick. Yeah, I remember as a kid, I thought he was a grass type, so I hit him with a fire type move, obviously, but he's rock, so that didn't work. So I was still convinced he was grass type, just had a weird second typing. So then I hit him with a flying type move, like Gust or something, which should affect a grass type. Definitely doesn't affect a rock type either. So I was just baffled. I think the next thing I tried was electric move, and it was that definitely didn't work either. So everything I tried on it was ineffective. So when I finally caught it, I was like, "What are you?" I was like, "Rock." That was the last thing I was going to guess. That thing was a rock. Got a really good defense. This is some good HP as well. 58 HP. Good attack. Good defense. Slow speed. That's Whomping, y'all. Reminds me of an Xmas tree. Yeah, it makes sense now. Like the Pokemon Go, if you play Pokemon Go during Christmas time, you can get you a special, what am I trying to say, Sudowoodo, and he'll look like that, but he's wrapped in Christmas lights. So I kind of see now, yeah, he's very Christmassy. Whomping Willow. Well, again, y'all, this has been a really good stream for me. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Jay, thank you for hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit, sticking it through strong. So I appreciate it. I'm actually going to go check on Ribo, see if he's streaming right now. And who knows, I might end the night kind of reading Harry Potter. I'm that far, so I'm good at halfway mark. My friggin' 900-page book. So anyway, thank y'all again. I love all my viewers, all my subscribers. Y'all are absolutely the legends. Y'all are the real legendary shinies. So Ribo ended a bit ago. Okay, yeah, it was a good stream. Yeah, again, thank y'all for popping in. Really hope y'all enjoyed it. Sometimes it's not the destination, it's the journey. So we have had fun. So I guess it's time to peace out. Like I said, Monday night we'll be back, and I'm going to surprise y'all with a shiny hunt then. So until then, y'all be good.